Okay, hello, welcome back. Just want to see our sound here. Can you go to the Facebook page just to check our levels?
Yes, sir.
Might
Oh,
have
yeah.
to pull the mic closer to your mouth too and reconfigure your
Yo.
shit.
Yo. Oh, it's a little bit delayed?
Yep.
Okay. You sound good.
Okay, that's good. And the background
Yeah.
sound that came from the stereo. And then
Yeah.
I really think it's just because we're not in a soundproof room
Yeah.
and because it's auxiliary. So once I have it plugged into the Evo,
Yeah.
then the Evo will have a better
Sure.
plug-in sound. I think. I don't know.
Yeah. No, it sounds good, man. All right, let me share this shit.
Let's wait for people to get in here. Yeah, so it's on auto director
Yeah, that's tight.
every 6 seconds.
Sick.
It gets your
Sick.
reaction for when I'm talking, gets my reaction when I'm talking, gets the whole thing. It shows the one camera's recording with the red now. I just noticed that since we put in the card.
Okay. Yeah, yeah.
It didn't show that
Okay,
before.
tight.
So, yeah, welcome to the Pyramid Podcast with your host. I'm your host, Capital D. I am interviewing a friend that I've known for about probably over 10 years. Mute that shit. CEO to True Ability.
Yes, sir.
Also part of multiple groups, rap groups, band. Probably been rapping for like how many years?
Most of my life.
Most of your life.
About half my life.
How old is you?
Same age as Jesus.
Same age as Jesus. How old is Jesus?
33 when he died.
Oh shit. Yeah, that's sad. I don't know that. I'm 33 too.
33 vertebrae in the spine.
Yeah.
It's like the Masonic number, I think, for a number of reasons. Probably equates to why they
Do you feel
said
lucky?
Jesus was 33. Do I feel lucky?
Might be your luckiest year.
I'm more 13. It's my
Yeah.
lucky shit.
Yep.
Happy Friday 13th, by the way.
Yep. Happy Friday the 13th to everybody who's tuning in. Travis is repping some pretty dope merch. You should let them know about that. They sponsored them, I think.
Vote Visions of a Thought. Yeah, they were dope. Sent a big box full of merch that I kind of passed out to the whole True Ability crew. And I put on a different shirt today because I knew I was going to rep some of their shit, but it's like the Grand Theft Auto logo. And I was like, that's tight. And then I was showering. I'm like, oh, fuck, it's Friday the 13th. Like, I got to wear the Jason shirt. You know what I mean? So, yeah, shout out to Vote. Go check them out. Visions of a Thought, VOAT. Check them out on Instagram, and you'll find the website. They're from, I think, Saskatoon, Saskatchewan. But,
Saskatchewan.
somewhere in Saskatchewan. But,
Saskatchewan.
Saskatoon. It's hard to say Saskatoon a lot.
Have you ever heard people talk about Saskatchewan and Saskatoon in movies? They always make fun of the name. They're always like, I think I was in Saskatoon or something like that. I don't know why. It's just I've seen it in multiple movies. Don't quote me on what movie, but
I heard Red Deer quoted in the Santa Claus movie. I think
Red
the sequel.
Deer. Yeah.
It's random. There was I don't know. There's a Red Bull thing, and then suddenly the director said Red Deer, Alberta, or some shit, and I was like, oh,
That's dope.
yeah. And
The world's not that big.
yeah,
It's like we think it is, but
Calgary gets quoted a lot. I
Yeah.
feel. Yeah,
Flames.
yeah.
Right?
Fuck Flames.
Big Oilers fan. Got
You
a
know what?
shout
Yeah,
out
happy
to.
birthday to Connor McDavid, the GOAT.
Is
What'd you
it
say,
weird that
26 years
is
old?
it bad? Yeah, 2-6. Yeah. Is it weird that his birthday's on Friday the 13th? It's
No,
obviously
that's
not
like I
every
said,
year.
Man, that's that good luck.
It's
That's
not
that
every year,
energy of
right?
the lucky 13s. You know, I think historically the number 13 is there's that lore that it's evil number or bad number, but it's more. I feel like they're just hiding the fact that it's actually good luck number.
It would make sense
Yeah.
if they use numerology and symbolism and
yeah,
all these
yeah.
energies and
Yeah.
different shit.
Jesus
It's
had
like
12 apostles. Plus
they don't
him,
want
that's
people to
13,
know about
you know what I mean?
numerology because then people start
Yeah.
waking up and seeing numbers and
Yeah.
colors and certain things and
Shit, I've
you
just
know.
seen a bunch of numbers on your wall.
it's a clock.
Oh shit. Yeah.
No, I'm just joking. What was I gonna say? So I have embedded in my brain that it's an unlucky number, just because. And I know what you told me.
Yeah, yeah.
It's gonna take
yeah.
like 5 to 10 more years. That you reminded me.
Yeah.
And when I'm driving, I'm just like, oh my god, I'm getting these SD. Every time a podcast happens, I'm a little bit late because I'm learning how to do it. But
Yeah.
I'm like in traffic, and I'm like, the other side of the road is like completely full. And for some reason in my mind, I thought you were on your way, and I was like, fuck, I gotta go to these cards.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
then I was like, I'm gonna crash or something bad's gonna happen. It's Friday the 13th,
Yeah.
which is fucked
It's
though,
yeah,
because it puts a stigma on people.
totally.
like-
Yeah, I thought that too because I didn't really go out today, but as soon as I got on the road, it's like
Be
yeah, you
careful.
just start to think about it. Yeah.
And they're like, this
I've
is
always had
lucky.
good luck.
You lived in a house 1313.
Yeah, that's where like the infatuation with the number came in originally because 1313 was our like jam house when we formed Midwest Mindset. Berkeley Roth's parents bought the house and then we rented it off them basically, but all at different times. So when I moved to Calgary in 2014, they moved in 2013. The house was built in 1913, so it was like weird 1313 connection. And then me and Berkeley were diving into some numerology shit one night on YouTube, and we're just like rating down numbers and trying to figure out the gematria or whatever it's called, how like the letter equates to a number. And then I was sitting there and I was like,
Yeah.
oh, Midwest Mindset was the name of the band, and I was like, shit, Midwest Mindset. M is the 13th letter, so I was like, Midwest Mindset 1313. So
But then what were the other?
well, fuck you, add them all up,
acronym-
and it just went back to 1313 in the end. Fucking no, but it was crazy because that house, like, it's kind of like this house. Like, you know how your house got a lot of like character,
Old
you know what I
ass
mean? That old
shit.
character, though.
Fucking
and the
cellar
floors like this.
door.
The floors were
Fucking-
just like this, exactly. But that house always had the best energy for us as like a live band and like jamming in the basement and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, rest in peace to 1313. They tore the house down like
Oh.
I think a year or two
Oh,
ago.
I like that house. The front little
Yeah,
walkway. I like those old like.
Totally. Yeah.
I kinda have one
ours
too.
and our neighbors got torn down years after we all moved out. But yeah, it's just an infill now, like everywhere.
Yep.
But yeah, that was a dope house. But when we moved out, I was surprised that someone else moved in after because I was like, who the hell wants to live in this place still? It's pretty old, pretty decrepit. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Get a
Yeah.
you pull it in a bit.
Yeah, for sure.
Like spin it or something. Yeah. And then maybe spin the bottom too, because it wants to fall sometimes. I don't know. That's dope, man. Where
Yep.
for people who don't know who Travis Omen is, where are you from?
Yeah, I'm from Red Deer, same as you. From the North End, just like you.
Oilers represent. That's why he represents Oilers and lives in Calgary. People want to know. I always
Yeah,
didn't know,
yeah.
and then he told someone in front of me, and I was like, oh.
I
The north side
literally
of Red
always
Deer,
have to
Oilers,
explain it to
Edmonton.
people in Calgary because they're like, "What? You're an Oilers fan?" I'm like, "Yeah, well, I'm from Red Deer, and we had a choice. A lot of times in Calgary, like if you're born in the city, you're likely going to go to be a Flames fan or maybe somewhere else. But in Red Deer, you kind of choose Edmonton or Flames, and yeah, I made the right choice. And then you get a choice, where do you want to move, Edmonton or Calgary? Made the right choice, hopefully. Loving it out here. That's all good. Now it's just me talking by myself. Got some merch on the table if anyone wants to pick up a toque. I got one left. That TO symbol. Let me know in the comments on this chat too if everything's sounding all right. Oh yeah, Christian said yeah. Yo, Christian, is that coming in a little louder or what? Bring this thing down a bit. Yeah.
I just wanted to have a hat because I'm one to represent this hat. Don't put that in Nova Scotia.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys. I didn't mean to walk away on you. That's unprofessional. Sometimes I gotta pee and I gotta get a hat.
What's the hat say?
Travis might have to take a piss too and get a drink too. Sorry.
Yeah, see, I did that
it's a
before.
Nova Scotia hat for a grocery store, and they have a
It is
huge.
tight.
They have a huge Las Vegas sign.
Yeah.
Like it's huge, but it says like Nova Scotia and looks like the Las Vegas sign.
Masstown?
Yeah. And I was like, oh, that's dope. And I went to work, and a bunch of guys at work are from Nova Scotia. And they're like, oh, that's like my favorite grocery store and
Tight.
shit, or market or whatever.
Yeah,
it's
looks
like a
cool.
known
Yeah.
market there.
What up, Chris?
Shout out to Nova Scotia and Masstown and all the boys at work.
Amber's like, toque? Yeah, I got one left, Amber. She supported me in the past with the merch. I think she has the same hat, the fitted version. But yeah, I do have one of these toques left, so those go for $40. If you want one, hit me up. Website's down right now. I'm redoing the trueability.ca, but if you want any merch, tickets, whatever, just hit us up. You guys know where we're at.
Yeah, personally DM us. We honestly, it's nice to get just a straight up DM about the gear, whatever we're hustling. We got tickets, fucking toques, t-shirts, hoodies, fucking. We got it all. We're fucking gonna be popping at this next show on the 24th
Yeah.
at the Rec Room, opening up for Tony Ayo.
Chichu.
G Unit. I've been practicing it. I used to just be like G Unit, but it's Yeah, because he's actually like doing the scratch sound. I feel like that shit came from like Eminem or something. He's like,
Now,
you gotta
Fiddy just had it.
Yeah, I
Fiddy
know,
just
I'm
had it
just
coming
kidding.
in, but
But you know how he always does the sound
yeah,
effect
it's
shit.
like,
He's yeah, they're
Slim
doing.
Shady.
What do you think about 8 Mile TV show?
We'll see if
Boom.
50 really makes that happen.
He just.
I know. 50 says a lot of things, but it sounds legit.
Yeah, it
if he
could just
does
be
it, man, I'll definitely be watching that.
I could have made that picture where it had them together, and they're like, "We're working on
Yeah,
it."
yeah.
Like,
No,
who knows if he actually said that?
Yeah, he was on like a podcast and said it. He definitely
Okay.
said it. What it's just like, yeah, I'm working on it. Like,
Sick.
but whether it's confirmed, and then like Mekhi Phifer was like, well, I'm definitely never gonna be in another, rendition of 8 Mile. Like,
Yeah, but is Eminem even going
No,
to
and
be?
same with
It
M,
won't
and
be
that's
M.
what
It'll
Mekhi
be like
said, too.
random people.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
Like,
And that's the way
someone
to do
like,
it.
Who's
Totally.
gonna be
Yeah.
M?
Yeah, or you don't even
B
need him.
Rabbit. It's
Yeah.
B Rabbit.
But you don't
It's
even
not
need
M.
him.
It wasn't even really about Eminem. It was just about a story
Yeah.
that kind of represented
Right.
Eminem.
Exactly.
So
So why would it have to be B Rabbit like
No,
that?
it wouldn't.
And that
Exactly.
story was in the 90s, so they could retell it, or they could make like a new version of it, or whatever. I guess we'll see what they do. But yeah, I'm excited. 8 Mile is one of my favorite movies, of course, of all time. I think
Get Rich or Die Trying or 8 Mile.
That shit, 8 Mile, hands down.
What?
Yeah, bro. This is where we differentiate.
Okay, but yeah, like, see, like, I like gangster shit.
yeah.
And then and you're just a huge
Yeah.
Eminem fan. Like,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
into ICP and shit, and they never really
Yeah.
were like down back in the day.
Right.
And there's like Eminem, ICP is cool with them, but I don't know. Eminem never says their name or anything, so I
Yeah,
don't know if
he's
They, like,
somewhat mentioned him in a few more recent songs,
yeah.
but like not like dissing the way it used
Yeah.
to be. You know what I mean? But I think they're
the whole
fine now.
proof thing kind of settled that.
Yeah,
Fuck, what was I just
exactly.
gonna say
Yeah.
before that though? Before we start getting into the
It was 8 Mile or
oh yeah, okay,
or,
so
Get Rich
yeah,
or
and then
Die
I'm
Trying.
into the gangster shit.
Yeah,
Like I like my favorite movies like Scarface and American Gangster. I like
Yeah.
comedy movies too.
yeah,
But gangster shit, like my favorite scene in a movie is like listening to the 50 Cent song when they're in the truck at the start.
yeah.
And it's
yeah.
just, I just always want to put it in a music video where the mirror
yeah,
is like vibrating from the beat.
yeah, it's sick.
And it's
yeah,
that shit just,
totally.
they just have one scene of
Yeah.
that and you're like, oh,
Yeah,
this is
don't get me wrong,
something's
man.
gonna
I
happen.
loved Get Rich or Die Trying.
So dope.
That album, like, that was a big album going into grade 9, going into high school. That like I was a big Eminem fan, like still am. But when he signed 50 and came out with that album, I was like, damn, like that like made me get it more into gangster kind of rap shit. But that was a little bit more short lived. But the whole Shady Records camp definitely inspired my come up, and
Oh yeah.
why I wanted to rap. 8 Mile played a big role in that because like Danny, probably Justin, maybe Tommy. Shout out to all the boys. My dad took us to
Yeah.
the theater because you had to be 18. We weren't. I don't know, like 16 or some shit. Maybe no, like probably only like 13 or some shit. And then
Young as fuck.
yeah, and then just he would buy tickets for like all of us, or like for himself and all of us, and then just sit there for like the first scene and then just leave, just to like get us in the theater. So
Yeah. Oh,
shout out to my
sick.
pops.
Yeah, just
And
like
then,
leave out the back door in the corner.
he would all the
that's
time, yeah.
sick.
And then
dude.
one time he like snuck up on me and my friend watching like Armageddon. We were like little kids. Like Armageddon was a pretty fucking scary movie, and you're in grade 3 and the world's ending and shit. And then
Yeah.
the end of the movie, suddenly behind us.
I'm sorry.
in the
That's
chairs,
so funny.
you
Yeah,
know
you're
what I
just
mean?
terrified.
Yeah,
Like,
well, he screamed. He's like, oh, like shook us from behind, and like when you're in a theater, you don't know who's behind you, so like,
holy
he's
fuck,
like, oh, like, holy
dude.
shit, fucking asteroids.
That's just hilarious.
Yeah, I'm getting off topic, but
No,
yeah,
it's
man.
okay.
8 Mile really made me and Danny and like the whole crew of us want to pursue like battle rap because we already liked rap and we're already starting to make like rate songs and kind of start to record. But then it was like, oh shit, let's battle rap. So everywhere we went, it would be like trying to freestyle each other, and it just kind of started off like in our basement, like not like a joke, but like just something kind of fun to do. Like we're just fucking around. And then it just became something more serious as time went on, you know?
How old were you when you met Danny?
I met Danny in grade 6. Became friends though.
What?
Like he was in my school, and Ben and everyone really. But I think grade 8 we became friends. Probably in
dope.
the summer. Yeah, we weren't like tight at first, and then suddenly we became super tight. Honestly, music is what brought us together. It was
Yeah.
hip hop music. So yeah.
I
Shout
knew
out
a
to-
guy,
shout out
like
to
my
Dev.
buddy Walter. We were in school together for a long time, and he told me that later, and I was just like, what?
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, we were in different classes or
Mm.
whatever, and I was like, no fucking way. And I was like, I can't even remember. People tell me stories of school, and I'm like, I was a dickhead because people would come and tell me stories and shit, and I was like,
Yeah.
can't remember it. Hold on, I go.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, just being in I fucking forget a lot of it. Maybe it's because I'm a savage stoner, or just because I was like living fast, didn't give a
Yeah.
fuck. You know, like
Yeah.
has anybody told you that like story something about when you're a kid, not whether it was good or
Um,
bad, and you're just like can't remember it like at all?
I honestly I have like pretty fucking vivid memory
Yeah.
up until the point I think when I started drinking and smoking weed, and then everything kind of got a little more faded. But sometimes people come up like, yeah, you went to high school with me, and oh, was I nice to you or some shit? And they're just like, they won't like tell me like this chick outside of the vat this one time, and I'm like,
No,
what the fuck did I do to
you're
you?
an
I don't
asshole.
even know who you are, but so maybe. But no, generally I got a good memory, and I didn't start smoking weed till like I think summer, going to grade 10, so I was 15, and drinking at the same time. But I do think looking back at life, like that was a definitive point where suddenly my memory wasn't not as sharp. You know what I mean? Like my nephews were growing up like as little kids and like try to remember all those times, but it's suddenly a lot
It's just
more
gray
kind of
area.
foggy. Yeah.
Yeah,
But
I've been smoking weed for 20 years, so
yeah.
probably has a lot to do with that.
But then if I smoke weed, then my memories just burst and I can remember everything.
So you went to school for graphic design.
Yeah, I did.
Where did you go to school for graphic design?
At Red Deer College. So out of high school, I worked for a few years, and then I went to.
Is that the proper term? Graphic design?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. It was
For like the
web developer certificate. They called it.
sick.
Yeah, but yeah, it was cool. I learned, I learned a lot, but I already knew a lot of the shit that I was learning. Kind of led my class in a lot of ways. It was cool. Got my certificate, and then I took my tax money from paying for that, and I went to school to SAIT like a year later to do audio engineering. Just a little summer course, but so I went and lived in Calgary for the first time and learned audio production. It's another case where I'm like, yeah, I kind of know all this shit, but with both things, with anyone going to school, you want to go and like learn something, especially something that's like technical or like artistic in a way or something. It's all what you do after. Like you're not gonna go to school to become something, and the teachers are gonna make you into something. Like you
Or
have
give
to
you
put in
the
work.
job.
Yeah, like,
Yeah, it's
exactly.
like-
Like, and so many people from both of those classes did nothing with those skills, but it's because you don't go to school to learn those skills. You might get the basic kind of fundamentals. Graphic
be
design, like
passionate.
if you do a big 2-year course or whatever, mine was just 6 months. So like, yeah, you'll learn those skills and you'll probably be like amazing. You go to like a Vancouver art school or some shit, but either way, it requires that work that you got to put in. And
Yeah.
so yeah, people got to understand that like you can learn all this stuff online nowadays too, and just put in the work and you know what I mean. Figure it out. If you really want to do something, just go and learn it.
You can learn
do
a
it.
lot of the shit online,
Yeah.
but it doesn't mean that the courses aren't worth it.
No,
You know,
exactly.
like you
Yeah.
could. Yeah, I still think the courses are worth it. You just have to pick and choose properly. Did you ever consider going to the Vancouver one, or was it too expensive?
I think
or
it was a little bit out of reach, yeah, cost wise and shit. And then Red Deer had
It's
one,
like
and I was
50
kind of
grand or something?
Yeah,
Fuck.
so my parents helped me out putting me in the Red Deer
Shout out
College
to
one.
Mom and
so Shout out
Pops.
to Mom and Pa.
which are insanely supportive. And how I even know of Travis or like know him is because of his like dope Halloween parties his parents always let us have or let him have
Yeah.
on top of his garage or at his place, and
Yeah.
just
In
super
the
awesome
garage, in
parents,
the
man.
basement, yeah, wherever.
Getting
Yeah.
high, smoking weed in the sauna.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, we could smoke dubs in here. It's just like Cody Carnan's there,
Yeah.
and then Cody Carnan lives down the street, and he has a sauna, and we smoke dubs in his place. Like this neighborhood has a
Everybody
sauna in every
Pines.
fucking house. Like what
Everybody
the
in
hell?
Pines had to have a sauna, yeah.
Right?
Yeah, we used to smoke mad
I was like, I
blunts in
want to
that
live in
bitch.
Pines. There's a sauna in every house.
Yeah. One time we were all like just smoking so many blunts. I got like a bag of blunt wraps and like zigzags and shit given to me by somebody. So we were just for like a month just like going through them. And I guess I won't name too. I'll name his rap name. Not like it really matters, but in case his parents are listening. But Beneficial was just like he must have been getting all the contact high, like because smoke rises and he's tall as fuck.
Yeah.
So he was standing by the door. There's probably like 4 or 5 of us in there just smoking blunts, and then he just randomly like, you just seen his eyes kind of like, faint, and he just like fell out the door, almost hit his head on
Ben?
the hot tub. Yeah,
Oh.
yeah, just too much smoke though. You know. What I
He's
mean?
also really tall, and the air's
Yeah.
way thinner
That's what
at
I'm
the top of the
saying.
mountain.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry, I heard my
Oh,
cat
at the
meow,
top
and I
of
was
the
like, yeah, like, it's-
Yeah, he's tall as shit. Man.
right? Like, how's the
Yeah.
weather up there?
Yeah. So, yeah, if you're gonna smoke weed in a sauna, you gotta be careful. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, if you're tall, you should be sitting the lowest.
Or getting drunk in like a hot tub and shit.
Yeah,
You know, like
yeah.
being in the hot tub.
Yeah.
For all you kids out there.
Yeah, yeah. Don't
Just
be getting
don't
drunk in
drink
hot
until
tubs
you're
and shit.
18, 19, or 21,
Yeah.
depending on what province or state you're in. We don't promote that. But we are saying that if you are of age or you do have proper chaperones in the building, be careful drinking in a sauna,
Yeah.
smoking weed in a fucking...
Yeah.
Drinking
Yes.
in a hot tub, smoking in a sauna,
Yeah.
whatever.
We had the hot tub in the basement too.
That's
like
a
I said,
fucking
and,
mixtape name.
What's that?
Drinking in a hot tub, smoking in a sauna. Just joking.
It's coming soon.
It's weird because it's not showing me how much time we're at right now. Because usually it says time, but maybe it's because it's in the card is in.
Yeah, it just says
Like
live.
certain things. Can we address the comments, or
What
is
up?
there
Yeah,
anybody
for sure.
in there?
Yeah, Chris Stumpy. Chris Stumpy
what up,
just
Chris?
said, yo, what up, Chris? Shout out to Independent Moving. If anyone's looking for movers in Calgary, him and his team do great work.
Oh
They
yeah,
always
he
getting,
gave me a job, and I fucking
Yeah.
let him know.
Yeah, I'm just giving
Independent
him props, just letting
movers,
him know.
yeah.
Independent Moving, yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
Maybe they could sponsor the pod sometime. It'd be
Oh,
really dope.
Jackie Don said, when will we get an Edmonton show, though? Shit, it's been a minute, Jackie.
An Edmonton show for True Ability, Travis Omen and Capital D is coming soon. Very
let's
soon.
do it. Let's do it, because we always used to book Edmonton shows, like, just have a great
It's
time.
a
in
lot
Edmonton,
further
have a
now.
fucking time. Yeah,
We're
yeah,
in
it is.
Calgary. It's a
Yeah,
lot
true,
further.
true.
Doesn't mean we're not willing to drive. It's just
Yeah.
we're older now, both
Yeah.
33, like we said, and we just want to make the right move nowadays. Like we don't want to fucking go out there if it's not like we want to go out there and make it worth it for
Yeah.
everybody. Not
Yeah, yeah.
just like have a decent crowd, have good rehearsed music.
Yeah,
We're just
yeah,
waiting for the right moment, and a lot of people keep asking about Edmonton. It's really up to promoters in the city to get us out. So we don't pay for that much ads in our music. We do little ones here and there. And we're learning. Travis is a fucking G. I'm learning. But once we like word of mouth from you guys in the comments and sharing this podcast and sharing our website and buying merch and going around telling people is like the best promo we can get. So if you guys are in Edmonton and you guys want us out there, let people know about our music, spread it out. All those same people that go to the shows that are full, those are the same people that would probably be coming to our show. They're kind of like,
Straight up.
it's not, we don't have like that much reach right now. We're just
Yeah.
slowly building, so
Yeah,
it's like,
sure.
we need to get you guys to help us with that Edmonton
Yeah.
show, Lethbridge, Medicine Hat, Red
Yeah,
Deer,
yeah.
Calgary, Sylvan Lake, all the little spots, because I do want to
Yeah.
do an Alberta tour soon.
Totally. Yeah, and I think, like, obviously with the Cove, the dark years,
Oh, fuck the...
they
fuck
fucked up
it.
a lot of plans that we had, and now we're just kind of getting back on our feet, and everything's slowly kind of back to normal. And now it's winter and shit, so it's not the best time to be setting up shows. But I think come spring, summer, we're going to be on the road a lot, and hopefully coming to your city. So if you want us to show up, drop a name in the comments. Working with the promoter right now, we might be doing a show in Medicine Hat soon. That sounds pretty lit. So
We're going to bring the podcast wherever we go, bring
Yeah.
our merch wherever we go, bring the new music. We just need you guys' help.
yes, sir.
But so when did what was your first rap group called?
Syndicate.
Syndicate?
X.
Okay, I thought it was LOS.
Oh shit! You know what? Well, Syndicate was before LOS, but
Okay, let's hear about
technically,
that.
the first rap group was actually Near Death Experience.
Let's hear it.
We didn't. I wrote one rap.
Okay.
Wrote one rap. It was with Mike Assassin and Skylar Durden. Well,
Okay.
it was Relics. Skylar.
What was the
backwards.
group name? I never
Near
heard.
Death Experience.
Okay, Near Death Experience. Fucking Mike
we were,
Assassin.
We were in middle school, bro. All we-
Dopest.
All we did was draw an album cover. I drew
Yeah.
it, like my first graphic design. I
It-
remember throwing it in the trash for some reason, going in back and getting it. And Mike Assassin and I went to his house one day and wrote down some bars, and like he always had fucking skill.
and
writing
singing and bars.
Yeah, totally.
Like the
So,
dude is
like, but
fucking
we were like
talented as
grade
fuck.
7 or 8 or some shit, and that's about as far as that went. But it was still like.
This,
even
by the
back
way, this
then,
guy.
we knew we wanted to do that.
This
shit.
how small our group of friends was. That I knew that guy. He lived across the street from my house, but I never knew Travis. Like
Yeah,
it's like
yeah,
it's
yeah.
like it's small, but it's also like
Totally.
so distant.
Totally.
Continue,
Yeah,
sorry.
straight up.
The first
And
group.
then my first real rap group in high school was called Syndicate, SYN, Syndicate.
Multiple songs, one song.
Yeah, no, we did 2 albums, 2 mixtapes
Sick.
in high school.
Can you still listen to it somewhere?
You can find the second one on SoundClick if you're crafty, but the first one, is really hard to find.
If you're gonna go listen to our old shit, please compare it to our new shit
yeah.
because my old shit is bad. And if you start
Totally.
searching out my old shit, I'm gonna be embarrassed,
Totally,
yo.
yeah, it's pretty bad.
His was probably good.
Yeah,
Okay, mine sucked.
No, it was bad. Good for the time though. Like people liked it.
Of course.
We were selling mad CDs in high school. I'd walk around with a duffel bag, burn them all myself, make the design myself, print it, and walk around high school and with like a Walkman and or maybe even an iPod at some point and headphones and just go up to people on lunch, be like, "Yo, listen to this." Be like, $10. Want to buy one? T-shirts and everything, bro. I had a
That's
whole
sick.
duffel bag full of money by the time the second album dropped. I was like, yeah.
That's
and
dope.
then once I left high school, I realized it's not so fucking easy to just walk up to random people and be like, "Want to buy my mixtape?" But the first album was called Hip Hop's
Go
Dead.
to New York.
Yeah, true. Yeah. Hip Hop's Dead. Before Nas did it, it dropped June 6, 2006. So that was like a ode to the Omen shit, 666. And same with the movie. The remake was the same day. So that was Hip Hop's Dead. And then the second album was The Resurrection. So you can find The Resurrection on SoundClick if you look, but you ain't looking for much.
And you probably get it for free. It's probably a
Yeah,
free
it's free.
download,
It's free
or you can
download.
figure
Yeah,
out,
yeah.
you know, if you're
As
crafty
long
with the
as
Google
SoundClick
search.
stays like an active website. I don't know how much money they really got nowadays, but
But oh yeah, fuck! It's like you can sell those on SoundClick still to this day.
Yeah.
And have like your little bank.
yeah,
account
you used to be able to put in like sell each track for $1 and shit.
Mhm.
Yeah, those are good old days. Now
So-
I get like 0.003 cents for a song.
0.0000000
Oh right, yeah,
three
a few more zeros.
point zero.
Yeah.
Okay, well, what I was referring to is LOS. I
Right,
forgot
let's
that
bring
you
it to
had
LOS,
two
man.
groups.
Let's bring it to LOS.
Yeah. I didn't realize it was
Yeah,
like
LOS
goes
was
deep,
like the first
deep.
like official group. Like in high school though, we did like Battle of the Bands. We got second place, won a photo shoot, and this is where it all really started. Me, Danny, Ben.
Like
and
doing
then-
shows.
Yeah,
and, like,
yeah,
taking
we
it
did the
serious
show on my deck. The first show was
I've seen pictures.
the
of that.
Hoodstock, original Hoodstock.
Dude.
And we like filled the deck, and we had like some good sound, like speakers and shit. And we had the whole place surrounded in cops in like an hour, and they told us to stop, but the show hadn't started yet, so we're like, fuck that. It was my 17th birthday, and the cops were, okay, well, if you do decide to do the show, you're gonna get fined. It was like $500. We're like, or $250 and then $500 for the next one. Or
Dog,
some
we'll
shit.
pay the fee.
So, yeah, we
Come
just
back to
got- yeah,
with the
we did,
fucking
we did.
checkbooks.
Yeah, we did. But then they came and just started arresting people, like just like swatted my house basically, and
What?
there was just all these like underage
17-year-old.
kids. Like, yeah, and I remember this lady cop like telling one of our friends like, "You can't have this bottle, like, because you're walking home or some shit," and they're like, "Yeah, drink it now." They're like, "You either drink it or pour it out." Chugging a bottle.
We're
in
gonna
front of
make
this
these
cop.
17-year-olds fucking chug this
Yeah,
whole.
yeah.
That's hilarious.
Maybe the friend was 18, but I don't think she
Yeah.
checked.
That's
and then,
funny.
Yeah, so that was the first show. But anyways, that was Syndicate, and then it kind of
That was Syndicate.
well, and we had Pony Leone. Shout out to Tyler Jorgensen.
So this is before LOS then.
yes, so me,
Okay.
Danny, Beneficial. That's where it all started.
Okay.
Pony Leone, he was dope, and he still is dope, but he doesn't really rap much. He's out on the island. Shout
Oh,
out
he's
to
like growing
Tyler
trees and
Jorgensen.
shit, eh? Yeah, fuck, dude, that guy's awesome.
He's
Such a
fire.
nice
Yeah, he's
guy.
doing some sprouts and stuff.
I'd love to interview him about that
yeah,
shit.
for sure.
Just random
for
shit.
sure,
that-
for
anyways,
sure.
go ahead.
Shout out to him and Candace, and
Gotta interview all the boys.
and then Justin Hudima and Tyrone, and that was the whole group. There's like 7 of us, so like 7 sins. We had the track. So anyways, that dwindled eventually, and
Not sick that it dwindled, but sick that
yeah,
it is how all
yeah, it
like
was
it's
still,
like
yeah, it was
hood stock on
definitely,
your garage and then hoods, like
totally,
keep going.
And then a few years went by, and I think I just ran into Mike Assassin, Mike Shearschmidt at a party, and at the time Mike Assassin. Now it's Mike Bladesmith to translate his last name, which is dope. And yeah, he was like, "Yo, we should form a group," because he was with Jordan Cummings when we
Yeah.
were doing Syndicate. That's we all started linking up.
Mom
because-
Doan Vertical Edge.
Yeah, fuck yeah. And they were Infamous Deuce. And
Yep.
we were always like, damn, these guys are so fucking good. But they listened to some of our shit. Like, guys are sick. So started collabing with them and Dylan Brown. Shout out to D-Lo. And yeah, that was the whole crew.
Name
And then-
dropping.
yeah, and then anyways, we formed a group, LOS, Last One Standing. Me, Mike Assassin, and Danny Epic at the time. And pretty much just had the one kind of album. It was the I Love RD album that most of the tracks were on. But it was good times, man.
Sick.
That's when we started doing shows at Cheers North.
Okay.
Right, so that's like that was the real.
That was kind of like when
start
we
of, like-
started to
yeah,
meet
exactly,
and stuff.
totally. And that
because
was the start of the whole scene getting together.
I would
and
go to
seeing
your
each other
house
and shit.
before that for Halloween parties every now and then and
Yeah.
hang out with like Robbie Deachin and
Yeah.
Lauren and stuff, and they kind of knew people that hung out
Yeah.
at your place. But I feel like I was gonna start off by like when did we meet, but I can't really remember like when we first met. I just remember when we like our music relationship met was what I mostly remember.
Yeah,
I can't remember.
I remember when we first met. Like I said, I got a good
Please
memory,
explain
bro.
this to me.
So first day we ever met.
Halloween party?
No, way before, bro.
Fuck, I thought it was
we
Halloween
were
party.
we were like you said, we're very close in the North End as far as friends
so close.
and vicinity.
Yeah, like
you live very close to Jessie Stevenson, right?
Across the alley.
Exactly. So she was my girlfriend. Like
the
grade 4 and 5.
skateboarding. Yes.
Yeah. So we were walking
Shane
through Highland
was
Green one
dating
day.
her friend.
Yeah.
She slapped me out, or no, it was fucking no. Michelle Newton slapped me, and then I slapped Jessie because she came up kicking me.
Jesus.
Oh, we were young ass kids. It was young ass shit.
I don't.
I was scared of them. I was like, I was so shy.
When we met,
like,
I don't think that happened the day we met, or maybe it did later.
No, sorry,
but
I fucking
but yeah,
interrupt all the
you
time.
just happened to be hanging out with the same like clique, and you busted like a sick like I don't know if it was just like a varial flip or some shit, but
Nollie pressure,
you're pretty
switch
fucking
pressure.
young. It was like grade 4 or 5, so I was like, what the fuck? Like, how the hell? Or it might have just been a kickflip, but I was still like, whoa. And so I think from that point on, I was like, man, this kid's like technical. You know what I mean? Like he's good at shit. And then
That's dope.
then we started hanging out at parties and shit. And during that LOS I Love RD era, I started listening to your shit on SoundClick.
So whack.
And no, but I was like, oh, who are these guys? And then I knew who you guys were because we all knew each other. But it was like separated.
Yeah.
At this point, we're in like high school and shit. And even leaving high school, actually. And then
Dropping out, son.
then I was at a party one time, and your shit came on. I think it was like, I think Alan was there, and it was one of your guys' tracks. And like the whole place was
I'm
like,
a shock you put another word in your brain.
I think it was
Remember My Name Was My Favorite.
you have the one with that some sample about money. It's like an old school hip hop.
I'd have to listen to those
I
old
can't
ones.
think of it. But
There's
anyways,
150 of those
I remember the
songs.
whole house party being like, "Whoa, what the fuck is this?" And everyone was loving it. And that's when I was like, "Man, I gotta holler at these guys," and then start collabing. And me and Shane did like a track or two, and then obviously the rest is history because I hollered at you and we did a party or what was that track?
I Love
called?
RD, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was on I Love RD. It was
Dude, so sick. Have you
riding
ever...
with my homies, deciding to get loaded.
I don't think Travis had anything to do with those stencils, but fans went all out.
Oh yeah, that's it.
Oh yeah, get loaded.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and I mean, speaking on that, like I Love RD. Yeah, there were
Oliver D.
stencils involved. Oliver D. That was my code name at the time.
Yep.
Basically, I had the idea to like spray paint the symbol I Love RD all over Red Deer and made a few stencils. Some homies helped me out, and they did like actually just like I did a little bit of tagging with it. But my friends just went nuts and went fucking on the highway, on the old train bridge, like. Yeah, allegedly. Well, Red Deer started to call it off the wall like right after that, and it was on the radio and shit. They're like, if you see graffiti, and it's all this shit. But everyone was so confused because they're like, I think the city of Red Deer is doing it. They like a lot of people thought so. They're like, this is
they were
good.
proper
this is
stencils. Yeah, they were proper.
And,
well, why wouldn't you? Right? It's not like you're saying the word fuck or swastika or something.
Yeah.
Even the dope graffiti is cool, but some people don't understand it. But just the like simple I heart RD is dope, man.
Yeah, and I'm gonna still hit up Trouble Monk because I see them using that on their T-shirts nowadays. I want my royalty check. Actually, you guys just pay me in beer. We'll be cool.
Well, what you need to do is make sure they know that it's your intellectual property.
Yeah. No, it's like honestly, man, I've seen it used. There was that skate brand in Red Deer. It was like out of a church. They were using it at one point, and even back then, I was like, man, that's like. I Love RD. It's like, sure, I came up with the album name, but like, it's like I love New York. I love any city.
Oh
you could put that.
Totally. And just like a font. And
yeah,
the heart
and
symbol.
honestly, man,
like
to see
like
it
general.
and to see it live on, that other people are using it. It's like, yeah, it lives on, man, and I don't give a fuck about no actual.
And people who will know. People who know.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's just what it is.
Yeah, and then that led to the sequel album, I Love Alberta Peace. So that was a play on Alberta Beef, obviously. Now it came out in 2017. This is post LOS. This is post Midwest Mindset, even.
Which was the reason why I asked you about all this, because I didn't want to jump into Midwest Mindset or even just jump into the current time. I want to just go back and let the viewer know like who you are, why you started, where you're from.
Yeah.
Like, tell us about Midwest Mindset.
Totally. Yeah. So from that RD era, LOS, we had some shows and we kind of stopped being able to get together as a group and link for some of these shows. So Danny started working with Berkeley Roth and Jared in their basement, like jamming and shit. they loved our shit, and they had made music and stuff, but never really. Berkeley was in bands, but no one else was
So
really
talented.
doing what we were doing. But anyways, they started like jamming in the basement, I think over like a drum machine, and Danny started rapping with them, and it was Berkeley and Jared and Danny, and then I got wind of that, and I was like, yo, let me link up with these guys, and so then there was 4 of us. Started. I was making the beats on like an MPC thing, and so we didn't have a drummer, and it was like a jam or 2 in. We're starting to plan shows, I think, and we were like, we can't do this without like we had bass guitar with Berkeley, and we had keyboard with Jared. So we had live instruments but no drums, and it was like pretty quick that they're like, man, we need a drummer. And they heard of like this kid from Lacombe, Jordy. Shout out to Jordan.
Fuck,
Swanson.
now where does he live?
He's in Van. He
He's
just moved. He moved from Ireland to Van.
Just
Yeah.
saying, it's pretty.
Yeah.
I don't want to get too much into that. We will in a sec, but pretty dope move to be living in Dublin.
Totally. Yeah.
You know,
yeah.
like that's fucking sick, dude.
Totally. He we just seen him over the Christmas break, so he's doing good. Him and his wife. Shout out to Jordy and Anastasia. And
Just bought these socks, and there's already a fucking hole in them.
happens. But
Jordy,
Jordy
the
joined
drummer?
the group. He was like a punk drummer.
From,
he could never be told to fucking turn down. Yeah, he was in I can't remember the name of the band he was in, but we ended up doing their like finale show, and we were on it as well. So it's kind of like the old band ending and the new band kind of beginning. But Midwest Mindset took on a whole new level as far as like being known in Red Deer and gaining attraction because we had a live band. You know what I mean? So then there was 5, and the drums, like Jordy was the heart of that group because of how fucking good he was at drumming, and just the fact that we were like, yo, we're trying to make hip hop beats. Can we try a little? And he's just like, duh, duh, just like it's not like we sounded like a metal group, but he never turned
he
down.
just turned
he never
it live.
yeah,
he made the
never turned
drums
down.
real.
Yeah, and so basically we were like, yeah, we're a loud group, live group, all real hip hop, you know, lyrically. And then as time went on, Berkeley would start to get involved with, because he was just playing bass, he would start to get involved with the hooks, started singing hooks. And by the time we did
Did he
the
do piano?
1313 album, he could play piano. He was playing synth a little bit, but it was mostly Jared on the
Oh,
the
okay,
keys.
yeah, sorry, my bad.
Yeah, he could play it all.
It's just been a minute since I've seen you guys.
And then basically we did 1313 album. We had a lot of success with that. We did pretty good in a CBC Searchlight contest. I think it was the first one. Every year they look for artists from all over Canada to kind of put together in like a competition online, and then they meet in like an American Idol style.
Did you guys use that music video?
Yeah, it was Erasing My
That
Mind.
video is
Yeah,
sick.
yeah.
Go
So-
check that video out on YouTube.
Yeah, Midwest Mindset, Erasing My Mind.
Share it.
We shot it with a red cam, portions of it. You'll see which portions because it's like so crisp and clean, and it looks fucking fire.
I was
4K
so
video.
jealous of that
yeah,
video.
that video, like it cost us a lot of money, and we should have spent more on promoting it. But in the end, it's like our best performing video. And that CBC contest, we won number 1 in Calgary, and then number 1 in Alberta, and then it was like the top 10. We were on CBC website and on live TV. That it was like standout contenders or like whatever. So they had a little segment on us, like Midwest Mindset, like these are guys to look out for. And it's funny because the whole song's about like not listening to the media and all this shit. And then suddenly we're on CBC radio. Their song was playing a bunch. So
That's dope though.
it was tight.
Infiltrate
Yeah,
the
yeah.
system. Like you
Totally.
got to be like in the White House with the
Totally.
grenade type shit.
yeah.
You know,
So
like,
we thought we had a good chance of getting into like the final 3, but
Or the
we
bank
never
owners.
made it. But what we kind of seen, like, I don't know, this is just me being skeptical, but like every year since, they would have all these sick bands get into the top 10, and then like the top 3 would always be solo artists. Be like a chick with a guitar, like a solo guitar, usually someone with a guitar. But it's like, okay, well, they're flying people out to Toronto. They probably don't want to fly out a band of fucking 6 dudes because, by the way, Beneficial joined Midwest Mindset with the DJ, so we had 6 of us at the time.
3 hotel rooms,
Yeah,
6 flights.
yeah. And I mean, that might not have been the case. Like the better acts proceeded, but it seems like every year they only pick like one solo person to kind of proceed to the top 3. But
Which
there's been a lot
which
of
kind of
dope
makes sense, depending on how much money, how much capital they're fucking with.
Yeah,
You know, if they can't afford to do it, then they can't like break themselves.
Yeah.
Even but that sucks for you guys. 'cause
And
it's
every
like,
year
think of
it's-
Wu Tang.
Yeah,
9.
exactly. Yeah.
I was like,
We just had to do some Wu-Tang shit and just show up anyways with like machetes and masks and just perform anyways.
yeah, and when they made them put it on the air.
That's on
or
that.
some
Yeah,
shit.
at least on the
That
Wu-Tang show.
happened, like
They
Mobb Deep did that shit too, didn't they?
probably, man. I
like-
think all these New York rappers were like, "Fuck it, I'm performing."
Well, the DJ is just some bitch, some
Yeah.
hurting dude who's like not like a bitch, but like
Yeah.
a guy who's not like in the streets.
Yeah,
So if they got like confronted by some people in the
I
streets,
remember Omen spitting a mad crazy freestyle with Andy at North Hill at the Halloween show.
who's
Yeah,
that?
shout out to Mitchell.
What
Mitch
up,
McRae.
Mitchell McRae?
I lived right next door to Mike Assassin. Yeah, Mitch McRae.
Oh,
Yeah,
oh,
yeah.
that's crazy, dude. Then you lived across the street from me. What the hell?
Yeah.
I
Mitch-
lived on the corner street, bro. It's me, Dallas Wallner. Like, what the hell? No, but it's just weird that a lot of people that lived on the same street, I like don't know, or like
Yeah.
me, like yeah.
Yeah.
But,
Well,
yeah, Midwest mindset. Fucking the era of three. It went from Syndicate
yeah.
to.
Syndicate to LOS to
Oh,
Midwest Mindset.
But what was before Syndicate? Just the starting.
that was
just a sample.
near death experience. Yeah,
Near death
yeah.
experience, Syndicate, LOS to Midwest mindset, and then
Then I dropped a solo album.
okay.
Finally, yeah.
What
so
was-
it
what is
was
it
right
called?
in that Midwest areas before 1313. I'd been working on it when everyone started moving to Calgary in the group, but it was just me left in Red Deer in like 2013. So I'd been putting together my first solo album. It's called New World Omen. Shout out to Mitch for reminding me about that one. And
It's such a dope album.
Capital D's on it. We got a track with Recognize that still one of
Mayday,
my like best performance
Strange
tracks.
Music.
Yeah, Mayday, Strange Music. So
Thanks
that-
for
that was
blessing
fire.
us with a verse, dude. That
Yeah.
verse is hard.
The verse is amazing. So yeah, that's the New World Omen shit, and then basically eventually
Everyone moved.
yeah, well basically
Kinda
Jordy moved to Ireland. His wife was studying there, so
But did he move to Calgary first,
he
or
was
he
in
went
yeah
straight
yeah
to Ireland?
they all moved to they all
Calgary.
lived in Calgary. We all
Yeah.
lived here for years at 1313. So first Jordy and Berkeley lived there.
Yeah.
He moved out, then I moved in.
Yeah.
I think Jared may have had a stint there when me and Jared lived together.
So it all kind of
we all-
formulated in Calgary.
Yeah.
After okay.
Yeah, at 1313
Yeah,
for
okay.
years too. We had a good run, like 5 years or something, and then yeah, Jordy decided to go overseas, and then without the drums, like we could have replaced him if we wanted to, but the group at that point too was like, let's maybe try some other stuff, and that led to Project Tribe basically. So
which is dope.
yeah, and that's the most recent group, and yeah, we dropped I Level Bird of Peace as a group album, and then Earth People, and that was like Earth People's the real Project Tribe album. Alberta Peace, I just put it under that name because I wanted to get the group name like started with some releases, because it could have been Travis Omen collabs or some shit, would have been maybe more suitable. But Earth People from Project Tribe was like I think a 2019 release, right before COVID maybe. And go check out that album if you haven't. It's all self-produced. Basically Stems, Berkeley, and myself made all the beats, all the production. I did all the recording, mixing, mastering.
Sick.
Tay Taysky, she's this dope-ass artist out of Calgary. You go to her Instagram at Tay Taysky. You'll see her page. She's like phenomenal. Does like the sickest paintings. And she did the artwork for Earth People.
Oh,
So it's like the
yeah,
tree
fuck,
and
dude,
then
that
upside down.
that would be the sickest tattoo.
Yeah, I want to get
Like
it.
you
yeah,
have
I gotta
to get
it
that
on the leg,
tattoo. It's
yeah,
just too
yeah,
good, man. Like
totally.
I want to get some shin tattoos too.
Yeah, basically my left leg. Like I know the cameras can't really see down this low, can they?
You'd have to like.
Yeah. Well,
get up.
anyways, like I got the
Robbie's gonna be excited. Last time we watched this, he asked to show feet. So if
He
you
did.
show
I
your
heard.
feet,
Yeah, they up
you
here.
sick fuck.
I got the MCC CXIII. That's 1313 Roman numerals on the the front of my what's this called?
Your shin.
Yeah,
ankle,
my shin.
bottom of
Yeah,
your shin.
yeah,
lower
yeah.
shin,
I
I
was
guess.
losing the word, and then I got I Love Alberta Peace going up, and then I got the True on the back. So this whole leg's like dedicated to the album releases and shit. So I want to
That's
get the
dope.
Earth or the Earth People symbol on that.
Would you ever sign to a major label? Like to a major label under today's circumstances where artists say they're getting fucked over at every turn. Would you try? And this is part two questions. Second part. Would you try to negotiate a better deal, or would you just take what they're going to give you? Would that basically? Like if they say no to your negotiation, are you gonna take
I
it?
think the quick answer would be like, fuck yeah, I'll sign to a major label. But the truth
yeah.
is like if I ever really got to the point where a major label would even want to sign me,
What if
then
it wasn't in that? Because I knew what you were gonna say. Because then
Yeah.
you were gonna say that you could just go off and do it on your own.
yeah.
But what if it wasn't those circumstances and you weren't there yet?
Well,
And they're like came out of nowhere and they just picked you right now in this circumstance. And they're like,
yeah.
So
So
you'd
if,
probably be more inclined.
in a
then,
more
but-
realistic world where it's like you really got to build the buzz to get to the point, then you're
Yeah.
already self-sufficient. I probably never would. But in the dreams world where
Some
a
people
label
do
just
get
hit me up
picked.
and was like, "Yo, like,
Justin
we love your
Bieber.
music." Yeah, exactly.
But he
So-
kind of had a YouTube buzz.
yeah, and that was
Yeah.
some viral kind of like
True,
youth
yeah.
star
God damn it,
attraction. But
yeah.
yeah, if it did happen, if I got an email tomorrow, I would
It's-
definitely go and see what the deal is. It's not like every fucking
Deal is bad.
You know,
yeah.
not every deal is
No,
bad. I mean,
no.
but there's 360 deals, and there's definitely a lot of big artists getting ripped off, and a lot of my favorite artists that have been like completely fucked over by their record label, and then you
Yeah.
wait so many years for albums, and then even not
They
having that
shelve you.
creative control. So I think in the end, like, one, if I ever made it to the point where I was like good enough to get signed by a major label, fuck them, because I'm
It
gonna
would
do
be.
my own
It'd have
shit.
to be something that really benefited you.
Yeah,
Other than
yeah,
being like
yeah,
something
yeah.
that holds
I
you
think,
back.
I think in the end it'd be more like I'd look into more distribution deals and you know, like work with a management company for marketing. I think that would be more the direction than like a major label. But that ain't gonna happen anyways.
Yeah, fuck. I totally
We stay in
would.
indie.
I totally no. I would sign, but I can't because I feel like it's just to get to the next stage.
Yeah, yeah,
And I'm not gonna be in there forever. I'm not gonna fucking sign a 6-year deal.
Yeah.
I'd be like, it's got to be like a 1-year thing.
Yeah. Well, they
that's
base it on
that's what Joe
albums.
Rogan said, and that dude's fucking smart
Yeah.
as fuck. He's like, 1 year,
Yeah.
365 days. Tomorrow,
Yeah.
you could be thinking different.
But they don't do it with labels. It's album deals.
One
It's
year album deal,
one
one album.
album. Yeah,
That's
one
it.
album.
That's
Yeah,
all I
exactly.
do. That's
Yeah.
what I mean.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
thinking
yeah.
just in like what
Yeah.
I've heard before,
Yeah.
like in the
So
time.
you'd better get your fucking album done in 1 year because we've been waiting.
100%, but I mean, think
Well,
of
if
this
you
way.
got signed,
Think
then
all
you-
the work
yeah.
I get done at
Yeah,
my
exactly.
pipe fitting job
Yeah,
because I'm
yeah.
there for
Straight
10
up.
hours. If I was in the
Yeah.
studio for 10 hours, I would get an album done inside of a week or
True,
two.
true, true.
You
Man,
know,
it's
just
honestly, it's
we have
like,
to pay, wait, go record,
Yeah.
plan. We're not like sitting here doing it full time. Travis is going full time. He's doing jobs that are relating to his what he's trying to do in his dream, and that's like
Yeah.
graphic design, all that type of shit. So it's
Yeah.
like it is
Well,
hard to like divvy up the
so
time and
hard,
like when you're
man.
working and actually trying to earn money for your.
Well,
fucking,
even like when I left my job at TELUS, I've been working there forever. Part
how many years?
All
Dude,
in all, probably close to
TELUS
10.
G.
It was like in and out sometimes, and I did like mostly
Fuck.
part time, like a year of full time. It was always part time and doing True Ability on the side, and then like a year and a half ago, I quit completely and started True Ability back up. And I mean, it had already been running since 2013, so this year's the 10-year anniversary of True Ability.
Put that into
Um,
perspective. Like Hoodstock
yeah.
started on this guy's deck,
Yeah,
and then it went to a farmer's field. Who knows
Yeah.
what it's going to be next?
Yeah.
Like we keep
True,
building
true.
up.
Yeah, and I keep running it, man. But it would be nice if True Ability could be just us in the studio making money off music and like doing
Yeah.
what you just said, where we just
Oh my
we
God.
come to the studio, we record, we
8 hours
fucking
a day.
rate, smoke some weed, record, rate,
Yeah.
do whatever the fuck you want to do, you just get it done. But that's not just the reality. It's like I'm doing graphic design, I'm doing videography and all these things that I still love, and it's like that's still my business and passions of mine. But my true, like, if it was dreams come true and as one thing would just
Yeah.
be us studio all day
Every day
and making money.
scheduled
off
the
of that.
fuck out.
Yeah.
Like if I could go to the schedule and like be like studio 5 days in
Yeah,
a row, I'd be
yeah.
like, that's my dream.
So I guess, and
Oh
that
my
being said, then
God.
if a label said, "Hey, we're gonna sign you for a 1 year, 1 album deal, and all year you're covered," then you know,
yeah,
fuck it, maybe I would.
100%. Like
Yeah.
call out my job, be
Yeah.
like, no. What I would do is I would go to my job. I wouldn't even call up. I'd be like shrink wrapping my tools, and they're like, what are you doing? I'd be like, going to the studio, like 100%.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Selling these.
That's the dream, and that's why Travis
Yeah.
and I both have studios in our house.
yeah.
Because like you got to be able to record when
You
you
have
wake
to,
up and
yeah.
rehearse and practice
you
and do
have
this
to.
shit right when you
Even,
wake up.
like, I just wish I had more time to do it, but a lot of it is just making that time. And even if you're working a full-time job,
There's
getting,
no
you know,
excuse. Yeah.
downstairs in the night and just putting in a little bit of work.
Yeah, got you.
It's also like release for me. Like, I work, videography, design, all these things. They feel more like work than being in a studio and
Oh,
writing
yeah.
and rapping and shit. That's more like a release for
Yeah.
me. Mixing, on the other hand, that's a little more technical and feels like work. But
We got a
I-
live. Oh, sorry.
yeah. I just really enjoy rating the most. Recording is like a fucking hassle sometimes. But
We should live broadcast me and you making a song.
yeah,
Because I feel
ooh,
like our vibe in there
yeah,
is always so good, and like it was like same with me and Grant,
yeah.
but me and you when we're in there. It's just
Yeah,
that good
yeah, I've
feeling where we're
wanted
like,
to
oh,
do
and
it,
show
but
them how
never-
the song gets made, and like how I'm just like fucking around for so
Totally,
long and like
totally.
trying to like the layers and shit.
Yeah.
One camera in there, one camera on you. You know, like that'd be gangster, dude.
Oh, Monty, my little cousin Monty says, "Hello, Trav. What a fucking nightmare." Uncle Trav, he's my little cousin, and
Is this
he-
bad? Is the sound bad or something?
no,
Oh.
that's from my song. What a fucking nightmare.
Oh, I was like, oh, I
Yeah,
fucked
yeah.
up again.
No.
Sorry, buddy. The sound's bad. I fucked
No,
up. Dude,
he's
we
like-
went for like an hour with the sound bad.
Yo, he's like turning 4, but he likes to swear and he likes to say what a fucking nightmare because of my song. He loves my shit. He's the
That's
coolest little
hilarious.
kid.
He's like, hey,
If Monty, if you're watching, hello, buddy, I love you.
and sorry to Monty's parents for him swearing.
Oh, Robbie tuned in, so he probably caught the. Oh, he did. He's laughing at his feet remark.
You
Everyone
know what,
knows Robbie, he
Robbie?
loves
Take your
feet.
cheese toes.
Yeah.
And get the hell
Um,
out of here.
So
Love
Mitch
you,
said,
dude.
"So Omen, what's your next adventure in this story?" So
Oh, okay, sick. Honestly,
Shit.
that's dope. We're always going to take questions from the comments. I'm trying to think of them as I'm listening. It's hard to because I'm just super into the story. That's a great question. Let's hear
shout
it.
out to everybody commenting, and
Fuck yeah.
But yeah, the next step in the adventure. So basically, I got a lot in the works right now. What do I want to release? I guess I'll just tell everyone what the fuck I'm working on because it's taking me so long. But basically,
Are we
what?
talking about the thing?
No, not that thing.
No, okay, not that. That's no.
Yeah,
I'm,
that-
I'm,
we
so-
have-
I'm
we
stoked that we're at that point where we like have some shit that we're not like.
Yeah, but
that-
like those are like the can't.
We just
Yeah, we
realized
can't-
that you have to have a bunch of bullets in the chamber
Yeah,
and be working on while
totally.
you're talking about. Because I used to just be like, the only thing I had was what I was currently
Yeah.
releasing.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
now we're
Totally,
like,
totally.
those people were like, don't say it.
Yeah, exactly.
We got some shit in the chamber.
And like honestly, I think I tell myself every time, like I did Dreams Come True, Nightmares 2. I didn't even get to that part yet, really. So like that was my last solo albums. Came out on one disc. Like if you got the
So sick.
artwork, if you supported the Indiegogo, thank you. But basically, it was like 2 albums, right? So Dreams Come True was the first side, and then Nightmares 2 was the second side. You get it all on one disc,
Here,
but if
hold it
on
up to your camera.
Spotify, it's
I just
2
got it
different.
on yours. Yeah, it's just like I can basically auto change it.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
it's just right on yours. Check that out. That's 2-disc setup. It's fucking some of the sickest. Like, what rapper in Calgary is making artwork that fucking dope, and making like the songs are fucking hard as fuck. Like, you have to check out this album.
And
Please
plus,
go stream
check
the
out this
shit.
fucking mean mug, yo.
That's dope.
But yeah, anyway, so I'll get to the future plans because I haven't talked about this yet. But as far as the journey goes, Dreams Come True, Nightmares 2. We did a successful Indiegogo, raised a bunch of money, paid for.
I was leading up to that, and then we kind of
Yeah,
got off because
yeah.
I was going each like era.
Totally,
Apologize,
yeah.
I didn't get
think
into
we're
that.
There. I talked a bit about.
Oh, we
Those
totally
People
are,
album,
yeah.
And yeah, Dreams
I just
Come
didn't
True,
ask
Nightmares
about it.
2.
Fucking idiot.
You could check out. I did a video for a track off each side of the album, so you could check out Dreams Come True or Nightmares 2 on YouTube. And yeah, it was dope. I mean, I don't know what else to say about it. You got to
Music
listen to it.
videos are sick. He made one of the music videos by himself.
Yeah.
Right? Or did Shay help you? Or was-
Only a little bit. Shay,
Like,
shout
his
out- shout
fucking
out to
girlfriend
Shay.
helped him
Yeah,
with the
she's
shit. It's
awesome.
super dope.
Yeah, she basically I did a lot of the filming by myself in the spare room in the basement. I set up the walls to have like all these old lyrics, which I actually ripped out of an old lyric book of
That's
mine,
dope.
and then painted a bunch of new like symbols that match the artwork and shit. So the TO symbol.
on the wall or on
uh,
something?
Oh, on paper,
on
and then I
paper.
like stained it. Like I went all fucking crazy, but I wanted to look like I was in like a haunted kind of, in a possessed kind of bedroom. And anyways, yes, go check out the video Nightmares 2. See what happens
Yeah.
at the end. Film myself fucking floating with some
Like,
crazy.
do you have
special
more hard
graphics.
copies of this album?
Honestly, I was gonna bring them. I have like 3 left.
Well, we're gonna have them at the show. So if you guys
Yeah.
come to the show, the Tony Ao show at the Rec Room on the 24th. This is why we have this platform, to push True Ability, to push the shows we're doing, to push our merch, to push our music, to push current topics, what we're talking about, let everybody know. You guys got to get this fucking album. The hard copy is good. Like, it's dope to stream music. It's dope to fucking have something on your computer, but at the end of the day, it's non-existent. You don't actually get the hard copy autograph. This shit is like timeless because you get to keep it.
Yeah.
You know, so
Yeah,
always
straight up, man.
support and get
Yeah.
the hard copies.
Yeah. And some on the way here, I was thinking too, like we, well, myself, I struggle getting a big like Spotify following sometimes, and the numbers fluctuate, but they're in and out, whatever. But then I'm like, man, I sold like 100 copies of that last album
That's
at
sick.
$15 or whatever it was. So it's like that you know how many streams that would take to get to that point.
100%.
So I appreciate everybody that buys the albums, and I know nowadays most people don't have CD players, but it, like you said, it's that collectible factor.
Yeah.
Autograph for that reason.
I
you
don't
know
have
what
a
mean?
CD player. I still buy
Yeah,
CDs.
yeah. I
Like,
know. I got
buy
the
vinyl.
new whip, and there's no CD player, and that's my biggest like thing I don't like about it. But
I think that there's CD players you can get with like an aux cord or like some cord that
we're
plugs
just,
in.
I
You,
know
like,
we're
have,
just
like, a
traveling back in
Discman
time where
with
you need the disc
Discman,
in the
like
aux.
serious,
But
dog,
it's all on the phone. You know what I mean? Like
I'm getting a new car too, and I'm like,
Yeah.
I hope it has a CD player, but it won't. It won't.
They don't have it, man.
So I have to
But
get it.
you got-
I have to get one in, like put in. I would
If you
love
wanted
to be
one.
rolling around
Yeah.
in 2023 in a new car and a book of CDs. Someone gets in there like, what the
Yeah.
fuck? I'm just like, flip to the front page. Like,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
like, that's
sure.
so cool.
Yeah. But,
Kids don't understand dial-up and CDs and VHS and
Cassettes
cassettes.
and shit,
I
yeah.
don't even know cassettes back like I did when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Like putting them in, playing Aerosmith and shit,
Yeah,
eating
yeah.
Tootsie Rolls. Like literally, that's my fucking
That's-
childhood.
yeah.
Listen to Ozzy Osbourne.
I know.
on tape,
It was
dog.
like our parents' cassettes and
And
shit.
now they're like plastic, like it exists in your hand. No, it's on the computer. It's
Yeah.
in the fucking
Yeah, yeah.
cloud. It's just like
Totally.
that's what makes me think that in the future, people aren't even gonna talk. They're gonna like read each other's minds. I know that
Yeah,
sounds
yeah.
fucking crazy,
Uh.
but if we do get the whole chip shit and we're
Yeah.
plugged in, then it's gonna make it seem way more
Yeah, I
easier
don't-
to be
yeah.
like
I don't think it
there-
sounds crazy.
there
I think
is
the way
like nothing
technology's
and
moving.
there's no reality. It's
Yeah.
like all fucking thoughts,
Yeah.
which is fucking creepy to think about.
But
that's a whole nother subject.
Speaking
on
of
itself.
the cassette era,
That's a
and,
nightmare.
The next part of the Travis Omen legacy, my next album, I'm gonna release on cassette, maybe CD as well.
And maybe some vinyl.
Yeah, hopefully some vinyl. That'd be fucking sick. I guess we'll see.
Just they cost so much trying
yeah.
to get so few.
Yeah, well, I was talking to Skylar about doing cassette because he did his album on cassette, and I thought that was really dope.
Skylar did.
Yeah, yeah.
Sick.
And I was like, yeah, it's really expensive, like more expensive than CDs to press, though, right? And he's like, bro, it's a cassette. You just copy them yourself. And I'm like, oh shit, yeah. I mean, you can
Yeah.
copy a cassette. You just need a thing. And
but they're not more expensive. Depends where you get. it
They
from.
were no, they were. I mean,
I have
mean,
a site where
depending-
they're like cheaper. They're like
Cheap-
cheaper or the same.
yeah, maybe the same. I don't know. When you factored in the things that I wanted on it, the artwork and everything,
They're
it was
more.
like over $5.
The pimper CDs get more too. Like
True,
you,
true.
You know, like
Yeah,
you
yeah.
could get this one little
Yeah.
sleeve that's like
Yeah.
$2, or you get like the book with
Totally,
the page and
totally.
the 3-page.
Yeah, and that's my problem with CDs because I'm always like, the artwork's got to be tight. It's got to
So
flip open
sick.
and do this.
Yeah.
But anyways, I inherited a cassette duplicator actually from my homie Ben Bechtold when his dad passed.
Is
so,
that weird that
well,
you got
yeah,
it at the same?
he,
Were you talking to Skylar?
This
about
was
it?
before. This was at
Okay.
our show
That's dope.
when Skylar was there, and then
We were making cassettes, dog.
yeah,
we got
and then I went to Ben's. He wanted to help me clear out some of the stuff because his dad passed and had all this music gear. He had a crazy studio collection.
Rest in
so,
peace.
Yeah, rest in peace, Devon. And we're putting it all to good use. We're using the
We're using the mic
drum
stands
and
right
shit.
now.
Yeah, we're using the mic stands
Like
right
one
now.
of this mic stand that you have right now,
Yep.
and I could tell the quality is way better than
Totally.
the ones I had.
Yeah. So, anyways, and he gave me a box of like unused cassettes. So I'm gonna find a way to press or copy one cassette. That'll be my new album. It's gonna be called 89 Octane. So it's kind of a throwback to 89 when I was born. You were born too, right?
Yeah.
That's why
What
you're
day
on
of the
it.
week were you born on? Tara and I just looked back and we're both born on Tuesday.
Shit.
I was like, that's fucking cool, man.
have
We,
to Google
and
that.
and if anybody here's watching right now, go on your cell phone and go to the calendars, and the calendar can go back to day 1. You can go back to BC on the calendar and figure out, like, because we were like going to our birthday to see like 89
Thursday.
Thursday, okay?
Yeah. And
Yeah,
you know
check
what?
to
That's
see
cool-
what
that's
day
cool
you were
'cause,
born, just to see like what
it is
like stars
interesting. Never
align,
thought
right?
of
Like,
that.
and then go to the calendar on your phone, and iPhone just made every date in the
Yeah, yeah.
history of our lifetime. You can keep going on the calendar. I was like, what the fuck? I was like,
It just keeps going back.
goes
Yeah.
all the way to day 1, and then back to like fucking.
It was just like
be-
Jesus
before
was born,
Christ.
and then that's it.
And then it starts going up.
Okay,
though.
then it goes
So it goes
AD,
to
yeah.
0, and then like up,
Yeah,
but then it goes
AD,
like
yeah.
up after 0 again,
Yeah.
BC. And I was like confused.
Yeah, well,
because I'm not like,
that's
well,
how they kind of divided the time up.
yeah, that doesn't make
Uh,
sense to me.
No, it's all.
I'm just kind of like,
Yeah.
why would you? It's almost from, yeah, I don't understand it.
Yeah, yeah.
But-
Anyways, 89 Octane.
Yeah, 89 Octane.
Here
I'm
we
getting
come
on
with
that.
the
I'm
89
slacking on my
Octane.
verse, but it's going to be sick.
Yeah, I'm waiting on a verse from Cap. I just got the first single done. Basically, I was listening to it on the way here, and
Kill
I
it,
think
kill
it's done. It's called Watch Your Mouth, and I'm gonna be dropping that soon.
Wash your
Just,
mouth?
Wash your mouth. You gotta wash your mouth.
Like
No
with
wa-
Listerine?
no, watch your mouth. Yeah, I got to make some artwork, so I'm gonna do that soon, and probably put it out early February or some shit. I wanted to do it January, but the days fly by quickly, and it's already kind of too late to get it uploaded and really put out a good promotional plan. So
And that's what we're kind of trying to like.
yeah.
He's been doing it for a while. I'm sloppy with it, but he's like
Yeah.
smart with his releases and actually gives like a little bit of schedule. I kind of am just
Yeah,
flopping.
but it is all the same. It comes out and people ignore it anyways. But
No, they don't
it's-
ignore it. It's just we just got to start putting capital into the ads. They
Yeah,
let us
yeah,
reach
true,
our
true.
like
yeah, our minimum
kind of like our
amount of,
minimum
the
little
people
thing
that-
before we
yeah,
start feeding in the
Yeah.
machine.
Yeah, but anyways, the whole concept of the album is going to be like, it's all produced by Devise, my longtime producer from the Syndicate days. I've been fucking with this guy. He's from Australia.
Yep.
And
He's
made
fucking dope.
dope ass fucking drum beats. Like, well, the beats were all dope, but the drums themselves were just banging. And the whole album, every beat is produced by him so far. It's about 10 tracks, and it's all written, some recorded. I got a collab with King Dylan, which I haven't talked about. The outro
Sick.
track, which is sick. He blessed me with a sick fucking hook. I'm excited for that one. And
I'd
yeah,
like to get him
yeah.
on here too.
Yeah, and then again, all the beats are like old school, like 80s vibe, but not like in a hip hop way, more in like a
Poppy way.
80s pop, like I don't know how to describe it, but you hear the drums, you're like, okay, I see how it's like
High
somehow-
energy.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
in a way, I don't know. It's a weird vibe, but I think people will feel it. And yeah,
Are you getting
coming
hard
soon.
copies for that?
Well, like I said, I want to do the cassette.
Oh,
and
the
I wanna-
cassette. Sorry, yeah, but
and I might,
you're just doing cassette, nothing else.
yeah, maybe CDs,
That's cool.
maybe vinyl, but
Because
I
it's
think
because it's
more
the
physical,
like the whole look.
yeah,
is
it's
it?
89.
That's
you know what
dope,
I mean?
man.
And that's another thing. Like I know I never had a cassette player before getting that from Ben, and I know people aren't gonna have that and be like, oh, I need to buy a cassette because I want to play it. Like that's the
Collectors,
collector's item.
yeah.
You know what I mean? So
It'd be cool if you just
Um,
like wrote on it with a Sharpie. And
yeah,
we're like, this
yeah,
is
yeah.
like, because like,
on the
that's
actual
like
cassette,
yeah,
fuck yeah, like an old mixtape or some
right?
shit. Yeah,
number
hell
them
yeah.
out and shit.
Yeah, so I think I'll put out singles, and then you want to hear the whole thing. I'll put the cassette out, and the cassette will have a downloadable copy, so anyone can go to the website and actually like get the full copy to listen to. But as far as streaming services, it'll probably be the last thing I do. Like it'll eventually be out on Spotify and shit, but only after people who want to support can get their copy first and listen to it first.
Sick.
You know what I mean? So that's like part one. I'm pretty much working on like, I think 4 projects now if we include ours,
Yeah.
which I won't get too deep into. But
We do have a project we're working on, but we can't really discuss any more details. We
it's
want to get like
yeah.
this proper.
Yeah. But it's a big collabo record, so there's 3 of us on it. And
Yeah.
the next, I've been working on a mixtape with Cap and the whole True Ability crew. It's called the True Tape, and it's kind of coming together slowly, but I'm gonna try to put that out hopefully sometime this summer. We'll see how things go. Probably a smaller little mixtape, but I might even just kind of collect some of the best tracks from all of us and put it in like a mixtape kind of fashion and just put it out. But there'll definitely be some new shit, just some hard mixtape bars type shit, no crazy concept. And then what else? Oh yeah, okay. So I'll announce this, and this one is being worked on and actually has quite a bit recorded from a lot of the boys, and you'll be on this one too, I'm sure. But I'm doing a sequel to I Love Alberta Peace. So I Love
Sick.
Alberta Peace 2. And the whole idea, like when I thought of I Love RD and then I Love Alberta Peace, that was in my mind. I'm like, I got to do Alberta Peace and do bumper stickers like
Oh,
Alberta
yeah.
Beef, right? And now this time what got in my mind is like, why do I want to do a sequel? Is like, I want to do the fucking, it's a LA style Mickey Mouse hands. It's like a, not like a
Crooks and
it's kind of a
Castles-ish?
graffiti- Yeah, you would have seen it with
Yeah.
Crooks. Yeah, it's like a very common kind of art piece, but like that's gonna be the 2. So I Love Alberta Peace, but it's like the 2 and the peace sign. You know what I mean?
That's dope.
So that was in my mind. I'm like, kid, now I gotta fucking do that. So I'm working on Alberta Peace 2. Yeah, and I'll probably start bumping out singles from that this year too. So I guess we'll see which one gets out first.
And when did you conceptualize Bring Your Own Bars?
Yeah.
What era was that like started in?
That was in the
13.
Midwest era, but I was still in Red Deer when it first started. So I was still 2013. It was probably around 2013, right when I started True Ability.
Oh yeah, because it was
started
in
doing
Red
shows.
Deer.
Yeah,
it was
yeah,
in
yeah.
Red Deer.
Yeah.
Slumland days.
Mhm. But then I moved to Calgary in 2014 and just kept driving to Red Deer to do
I
it.
missed that place.
Yeah, me too.
Right.
Shout out to
If
Slumland.
anybody in the comments from Red Deer,
Shout out to Des. Happy
that-
birthday to the homie. She's the one that did all this merchandise.
It's her birthday too.
Yesterday, I think.
Oh, happy birthday,
The
Des.
12th? Yeah.
That's sick. Yeah, she
Yeah.
has shows out at her farm, and that's where we
That's where we
had
had
the hood stock, and it was pretty sick.
Mitch, I got like a couple copies left of this album, so just hit me up after this, and I'll send one your way.
Mitch McRae, shout out, man. He gave me props on the
You
song.
should
I
try to
was
get NATO
rehearsing.
down on there. Oh,
Hey.
yeah, get NATO on the podcast.
I'm getting everyone. Anybody who wants to come on the podcast and talk, I'm going to get people. I'm going to get as many people as I can. That's the greatest thing about podcasting. It's like you have an unlimited source of content. If someone just wants to talk, I'm going to interview people from my work, pipe fitters, welders, my tattoo artists, my friends, my fucking work colleagues. Like
Mhm.
Travis and I are friends. We're work colleagues. We kill it on this true ability shit. But the people I work with at work too,
Yeah.
like just all walks of life, basically. I wanted to have some kind of subject. Like we're gonna always like talk about what we're going through, like our music and the scene and stuff. But I kind of want to just talk to everybody because then that kind of attracts all different types of viewers. They're like,
Yeah.
oh, we don't really just talk about fighting or just talk about sports or
Yeah,
skateboarding.
hip-hop or whatever.
We
Yeah.
just kind of
Yeah.
talk.
Yeah.
And I want people to get to know us first, so I'm going to do people in my circle.
Yeah, for sure.
And I want to do Berkeley, I want to do Ben, I want to do all the boys like Danny, my cousin Kieran, Skylar, Adam, all the guys we do shows with. Because
Mhm.
I feel like we all have our own little platform, and it's a good way
Yeah.
to work together.
Fuck yeah.
But back to Bring Your Own Bars.
Yeah, yeah.
It started in Red Deer.
Yeah.
It's a competition where it's like people show up and they rap over a beat like a cipher, and you basically have judges.
Yeah,
Explain
live
to
rap
us
cipher.
how
So the beats would
works.
be pre-made and sent out to the rappers to choose from. There's like 3 or so beats, and then you come and perform like a 1-minute cipher verse live. You know, we give everyone a couple tries if you stumble and fuck up, but basically it would all be videotaped to get like that best shot, and then that's what you'd be judged on. And then we did 5 Bring Your Own Bars over probably 5 or so years.
how many?
5.
That's sick,
Yeah,
dude.
we
I
did
didn't
5.
realize there's that many.
Yeah, yeah. There's gonna be more. I mean, with any luck, I wanted to do it during the whole COVID lockdown. Like I wanted to revamp it, and then that happened, and now it's taking me a little bit extra to get
We will.
it under my feet. But yeah, we got plans for that. Chris mentioned we should do a 10-year True Ability show. Definitely gonna do that this summer.
Dude,
Anniversary show. Nikki
that would be
said,
sick if that was an outdoor one,
yeah, fuck yeah.
right?
My friend Nikki was like, she used to roll with us in the syndicate days, and she's like, I remember using a cassette plugged into a CD player in her car to listen to her album and shit. Yeah, I remember that too now.
Oh, yeah, with
little
the
silver
cord.
fucking Walkman. Yeah, and you plug that in, and then that would
Yeah.
go into your tape deck.
Yeah,
Yeah, that shit was fire.
That's hilarious, dude. That just reminds me of the little cords I need now to make my shit work.
Yeah.
Like auxiliary to XLR. I didn't even realize they made that shit because
Yeah.
I knew that XLR. Well, it's like because XLR is like a better cord to
Yeah,
me than
yeah,
auxiliary.
yeah.
So to transfer into an auxiliary like didn't make sense. I was
yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah.
unless it was like the bigger auxiliary because
Totally.
that one was like a
Yeah,
heavy
even that
dutier.
little. Yeah, no, there's
Just
and if
all it
not,
is
there's
is-
an adapter for everything too.
Yeah, I have the
But
adapters
I see what
and
you
all
mean
that.
because I was actually surprised. I'm like, oh,
Right?
this plugs right into your mic with
Yeah.
the little fucking.
Right? And I was like,
1/8"
oh,
cord.
well, we're going to go into the computer once we get it on all streaming platforms. We have to figure out a way for, we're going to have like these mics plugged into the computer recording on there, and then maybe these ones recording their own.
Yeah,
Because then that
Yeah.
way we have like 4 different recordings,
Totally,
2 of me,
yeah.
2 of you.
yeah.
We can fuck with them.
Totally,
Probably going to
yeah.
be taking the mic anyways. It's just it's nice to have
Yeah.
a backup
Yeah,
one.
yeah, yeah.
I just don't know how that's going to play on the live broadcast with both of them, so we might have to just have the mics going directly into the. But we live and you
Interface.
learn.
Yeah, yeah.
But Bring Your Own Bars, Calgary 10-year anniversary. Do you have anything else planned for the summer other than that, like the new 89 octane and possibly the 10th-year anniversary? Oh, I'd like to have Capital D collabs discs for that because it's the
Yeah.
10th-year anniversary of
Yeah.
that too, and I'd just like to have them with the.
Totally.
If I ever get my shit together,
Totally.
I say it every month. I
Yeah,
want them, and I
yeah.
never buy
We'll
'em.
see what happens. I mean, it's kind of go with the flow with us. I
Right?
feel like we get show opportunities where we might set one up, but
Yeah.
I think it's going to be a big year for us, and going to work a lot harder this year to make those shows happen, and just get rocking shows again. It's always fun to get on the stage. So yeah, nothing like cemented in plans yet, but we'll see where things go. And then we got a lot of big collabs and shit in the works too. So
Yeah,
things could go up quickly. You
I'm
know?
stoked for our little collabo thing we got going. I've been listening to some of those beats for a while.
Yeah, fuck yeah. Yeah, I got like half written.
Half written. This fucking guy.
So yeah, rate. I
He's
can
like-
rate. This is why I have all these albums. I have them all written, but I like don't have them all recorded, mixed, and mastered. So it's like rating to me just comes so naturally. I write in the shower, I write walking my dogs, I write driving to work. I'll like finish a verse by the time I wake up, shower, and drive to work. Sometimes if it's just flowing like that, but that's the easy part, and then it's like actually spitting it, getting in the booth, and laying down tracks the way like you do it. It's like that's the part that takes a long time for me.
I can explain that a little bit is because so you're like always thinking of concepts and writing like you just said.
Yeah.
I'm never really thinking of concepts
Yeah.
unless I'm at the computer, but then I'll be like one of those actors who's like ma me, ma. But then I'm saying instead of doing just single words and like sounding out my voice box,
Yeah.
I'm just spinning the verse 1,000 times.
Yeah.
Like I'll
Yeah,
just sit there and I'll be like,
exactly. Yeah.
this verse, like if you're sitting in the room with me, you're going to be
Totally.
pretty annoyed in the first 5 minutes because
Totally,
I'm just
yeah.
going to literally spit a verse over and over and
Yeah.
over again.
Yeah.
And pretty much after the first time I write it, I can look away from the computer and walk around the room and say it already in
Yeah.
my head, which
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think would be crazy for acting. Because I just feel
Yeah.
like if you were truly into it, like I always felt like memorizing things was daunting.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my
Yeah.
God, like that'd be hard.
Yeah,
But then I
it's
look
weird.
at these 30 bars, I'm just like
Yeah.
chiseling out. When
Totally.
I just wrote it and I can
Totally,
already
totally,
remember
yeah.
it.
I think with
So it's-
lyrics, like there's something to do with like the human mind and lyrics or music or whatever, but that flow, once you know one word, it all flows, and so like it's the last word that makes you remember it. You know what I mean? Flows so naturally when you know the
And-
first bar.
And you're repeating it.
Yeah.
Over and
Sometimes people are like, oh yeah, spit that one bar, and it's in the middle of the verse.
over. Oh
I'm
yeah.
like,
You
fuck
kinda
yeah,
have
let me
to
go
think
back to the
about it.
start.
I do that all the time.
You know what I mean? Just to figure out what it was.
Oh man, I have to
But,
spit. You're totally right. That's hilarious. I actually am remembering multiple times you asking me when I'm
Yeah.
in the booth
Yeah.
recording the verse, and I'm like, go to the start. Like that's hilarious, dog.
Oh wait, my cousin Leah's like, Trav, your first song was in the '90s. Let's be honest. Shout out to my cousin Leah.
Hey.
She's right. Our first song we ever wrote, taking it way back, I was with her. I just came back from Vancouver when I stayed with my uncle and my auntie over a summer vacation for like a week or so. My
Yep.
sister and my uncle Phil. He's definitely like a big reason as to why I'm so into music. He got me my first copy of Fruity Loops. He sent me a song he did, and I was like, oh, how the fuck did he do that on a computer? You know what I mean? So came to Red Deer and showed me how to get Fruity Loops like illegally, and
Yeah. Just download
started
that
making
shit.
beats kind of, but it really got more into writing from there. But anyways, he gave me this Sublime album. It was like, I think it was an EP, and I was in grade 3 or something, and then took that home and really liked that like reggae kind of Scotch vibe. And then I was playing the song with my cousin Leah, and we were like, hey, let's write a song. Drew an album cover as like a flying bunny outside of the window, because that was like the first lyric. It's like, I look out in the window and I see a flying bunny. Something money. Like we just we wrote it like bar for bar. Go downstairs and I step on a nail. Like
How
just,
old
like,
were you?
We were kids. Like I was like 8. Yeah,
That's
probably
dope
like 8.
though. You're
Yeah,
rhyming your
yeah,
8, dog.
Yeah, yeah. But I was always singing and entertaining and
Yeah, I mean, I was entertaining weirdo too.
Like one of the first memories I have with my uncle Phil was like being really little and him and his girlfriend coming to visit us and being like 5 or 4 in the townhouses on Evan Street and like coming out with a little like toy radio, and I think I had like a purple fucking wig on, and I used to pretend to be Garth from Wayne's World, and I'd be like, Foxy.
Party on, Garth.
Yeah. I
Party on,
love
Wayne.
Foxy Lady.
Woo!
And I was always singing. And
Showing.
all the talent shows in middle or elementary school, I like always started to sing and perform and shit. You know what
That's dope.
I mean? I did what the fuck, Offspring. My friends.
That's
got
weird
a
because I did
girlfriend and
Offspring
he
too, but it
hates
was a
that.
dance. It wasn't a
We said witch,
witch.
but the
oh,
whole
yeah.
school was like,
Snitch.
oh, yeah,
Snitch.
hates that. Snitch. Yeah. No, we said witch, and the whole school blew up because they probably still thought we said bitch on some like 90s auditorium mics.
Oh, you
But,
were singing it.
Yeah,
That's
me and
sick,
my
dude.
buddy did that. And then the next year, I had my homie Brady. He was like, he had a lot of health issues and was very small.
Oh
so we
yeah,
we
he lived on my
Yeah,
street. He
yeah.
lived like fucking 10.
Totally.
Dude, everybody we're going to talk about the
Literally
story
everyone we
lives a
saw-
block away from each
Yeah.
other. What the
We-
fuck? He
everyone
was the
lived on your
shit.
street. Yeah, he
Shane
was
and I were friends with them too,
totally,
but you
yeah.
first
well,
for sure.
Shane at the same time. Shane
Because
and
Shane
I,
went to the same school
exactly.
as you.
He was in our class.
That was my
and me and
best
Shane
friend.
were both like really, really good friends with Brady. And rest in peace to the homie. But
Yeah.
we did Dr. Evil and Mini-Me in grade 5. We did just the two of us or whatever. So, yeah, it's the reason why I stopped singing
That's
and
sick,
rapping instead.
dude.
But it was funny. His whole part was just you and I at the end.
Yeah,
He
with
had
the
a
deep voice.
high-pitched
You and
yeah, but you know,
I.
Mini-Me does it like really low, but his voice was pretty high. So it was like, you and I. It was fucking hilarious. But his mom had us like dressed up perfectly with bald caps and gray suits and shit. So funny. So I know I always loved, entertaining and shit.
What
That's just
school was
I always
that?
liked. That was all at Aspen Heights.
Aspen Heights, and then
Yeah.
what school do you go to
Then
after
I went
that?
to Glendale.
And then after that,
Comp.
Lindsay Thurber.
Yeah, yeah.
I knew that. I'm just
Yeah, I know. I was trying to think
people
of a
know.
Glendale joke, but nobody leaves Glendale the same way they went in.
Oh, I had a question that left me.
Shout out to all my Glendale folks.
Yeah, straight up.
You're
honestly.
welcome for the skate park.
Yeah, is there anybody in the comments? What are they saying in the comments while I gather my thoughts here? So I had another question about something.
Like you said,
and-
breakout song was "Shake It Loose and Let It Fall." Like, some good memories. "Shake It Loose and Let It Fall."
Who dat?
No one heard this song.
Oh.
Nikki, she heard these songs because we would make songs with her and Demi, hang out in that big ass fucking mansion, smoke weed, and listen to these stupid "Shake It Loose and Let It Fall." Was that your birthday song, Nikki? Then bounce. Okay. Then bounce. Okay, we're doing some like Little John shit.
I
We had-
love that
We had
house.
some tracks back in the day, like on that hip hop, or maybe on the Resurrection. My girlfriend at the time and my friend Scott were there, and someone sat on someone's phone. Like, don't sit on my phone. And then I think Scott was like, don't sit on my phone. And so Danny was there too, and was like, he just thought it was a hook instantly. So we put together a song in like 30 minutes.
That's
Danny's
dope.
verse was like, what? Yeah. Everybody walking through the park. What? Okay. Walking through the park. Yeah. Walking
Don't
through
sit
the
on-
park. I hope you better not. And then don't sit on my phone. And like that song fucking was the reason the CD was selling in high school for some reason. People love that fucking song. People in
That's
Notre
dope.
Dame were like, yeah, don't sit on my phone. We
That's
performed
sick.
in Notre Dame
Really?
after the Battle of the Bands. Yeah.
Inside.
Yeah,
the,
they did like
in the gym.
yeah.
What?
No, it was
I
in,
always
no,
wanted
no,
to do
it
a
was in
gym
It was
show.
in the cafeteria.
Oh,
in the
that's dope
cafeteria.
too.
Yeah, yeah.
I like that school. I never like went
It's
there.
my only time in that school aside from maybe like basketball and shit, but we got invited.
Is that the
to,
one with the
to
glass
play.
front? And you'd always skate there? No, that's
maybe.
hunting.
You're thinking hunting, yeah.
Okay. Sorry.
Anyways, yeah. The joke era. Maybe we should do more joke tracks. They seem to do well.
Dude, I'm telling you, the fucking Jim Carrey inside of me.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
do got a
like,
lot of Jim
get your
Carrey
glow
inside it.
sticks out, get your glow sticks out. Mine's green. I made a song about glow sticks when I was a kid, and it was fucking stupid.
That sounds
But
right.
that's what I wanted to say is that back in the day, I remember that I was always entertaining, and my fucking thing that I used to do
Yeah.
was Jordan would switch the stereo channel
Yeah.
to the FM channels,
Yeah.
and I would act out each song as he changed them. So he'd be like rock and roll, I'd be like, "Oh," and I'd be like going
Oh,
crazy on the
yeah,
line, and then
yeah.
he'd be like to jazz and or like whatever symphony. I would like quickly
Yeah,
switch it, and I was like
yeah.
on rollerblades.
Yeah,
like
that's funny,
such a
man. You should
fucking
do that shit
weirdo.
on TikTok.
Right? I should, but I'm
Yeah.
just not that like I'm still myself. I'm not that weird little kid anymore.
Yeah,
but
yeah,
I
yeah.
still. It's weird that when you think back before you made music, you're like, yeah, you kind of had like a passion to like
Yeah.
make people smile or
Totally,
like
yeah.
entertain them.
Totally. Yeah, exactly. It always runs kind of in most people's
Were you ever into sports?
Yeah, I was super into sports.
What's
Still-
your
still
like
am.
favorite to play?
Well, I play basketball. Like typically nowadays, me and Danny are on like a rec league team. Not like all the time, but it's in and out. Co-ed, men and women's, super fun. Shout out to Duncan Dragons and what was the new team? Seatown Airballers. That's a more recent team. Shout out to the Airballers. But I don't hit no airballers, but hit those threes, bro. I got good at hitting the threes recently. I always was good, but when I was good in high school, we used to play basketball every fucking day. I was on the grade 9 team, the A team, and then I got most improved player, and then I didn't make the team in grade 10. So I was like, what the
What?
fuck? So I literally was doing good, and then I just somehow didn't make the team.
Most improved.
Yeah, I was most improved.
Oh,
I think
it's like a nice way of saying like you're not the best.
no, it's, yeah, yeah. I mean,
Just
the
saying,
thing
I'm
was is I
Most
didn't-
improved.
I
That
didn't
means you
go-
didn't improve to the like to the level that
Yeah.
we need, but
No,
you
they
improved. No,
might
I'm
be,
joking.
but I didn't think I was gonna get any award, and then I couldn't get a ride to the award show.
Oh,
My dad
fuck.
was working, and I was just like, whatever, it doesn't matter. And then I won, and then I know my coach was like really upset that I wasn't there.
Yeah.
And that would have
Fuck.
probably been a big moment to be in front of the other coaches to be like, yeah, I'm out here.
Oh yeah.
and then
'cause
so
you won
I think
and
that kind of
oh,
might have fucked
fuck.
me up the next year. Also, the coach on that team was really short, and that was his main reason for me. He's like, well, you're too short. But
That's bullshit.
yeah, it was bullshit. 'cause
Allen
the next
Iverson.
year, literally the kid from like grade 9, Trevor, or whatever, he's so
Bugsy or
fucking
whatever?
good at basketball. He would have made it anyways, but like he's like, oh, never mind, you're not too short. Like I got that from the minute I went into comp. My phys ed teacher was like, you want to play basketball? You're too short. You're too short. I was like, okay, well, we'll see about that. I made
Yeah.
the fucking A team.
Well, I
Made
can
most
get the
improved.
most fucking balls in the net because 3-pointers get the most fucking
Most points,
like,
motherfucker.
right?
Yeah, but we used to ball all the time. So basketball is probably like my favorite sport to play. Hockey, definitely my favorite to watch.
Okay,
You
it leads
watch-
me into 2 questions.
Yeah.
I just watched David Blaine online just like call out a bunch of basketball players for their like trick shots because they have magnets in their balls. What do you think about there being magnets on the back of the with that guy Curry who's like just like not even looking, like throwing?
Yeah.
David Blaine did one, threw it, got it in first fucking try from across the like. Do you think that's true just for like the maybe the social media views?
Well-
Because it's like at the end of the day, the guy still gets fucking baskets into the game all the time. It's not
Yeah.
saying he's not talented.
Yeah, yeah.
It's just to get like 6 in from the other side of the
Yeah.
stadium in a row
Yeah.
is like, it's freak of nature, or maybe it's some David Blaine
Well,
shit. What do you think
well,
about that? Do you think that's true?
Partly, like, I've definitely seen a lot of the TikTok, like, stunt guy that do, like, the crazy trick shots. It's all fucking, there's a dude with, like, a green screen and a green fucking pole.
Or like
running
goes
with the
up and the
basketball
chain,
and then
yeah.
they speed it up.
But you can
It's
see
like-
Steph Curry's
so,
and
yeah,
you can see
I've
David
seen,
Blaine's.
yeah, and I've
He
seen
just
Steph
threw
Curry
it
hitting those
one-
from the other side. I think he could probably fucking do it. Curry is a fucking beast.
Yeah.
But then I did see a video recently of Curry, and there were like it says like magnets off, and he's like missing all these threes. But
That's
that
what I'm
just
saying, dog.
happens, man. Like in basketball, you're either in the zone or you're not.
Yeah, but David
so-
Blaine did it.
Yeah, but during
first try.
the live NBA game, and I don't think they got
No,
any
not in
magnets
the
or
game.
anything like
Yeah,
that,
I just
but,
mean just for
yeah,
those
that could
little
be a
side
thing.
videos.
That could be a thing.
For like it's like a commercial
But I mean,
for him.
if there was a
kind
magnet in the rim, that the ball would only be attracted to the rim, right? And then it would be like probably opposed to going into the basket because a magnet is either attracted or opposed, so it's not gonna go in through the fucking mesh. You
it's
know what I
right
mean?
on the back, dude. It's like the way they put it is
Yeah,
the
but
back
then
of
that's
the
just
rim.
gonna hit the back, so it's like cool. It's on the back. I mean, does that just guide the ball to that general? area?
I've never
'Cause
tried
if the
it.
magnet's strong enough to pull the ball,
There's-
it's strong enough to stop it. And I did see that too at a
Oh,
game
I
where they
see what
have
you're
a
saying,
guy
just
throw
sticks?
the ball to win like $100,000.
Yeah, and it's stuck.
He threw it, and it just goes, "Dun," and it sticks right in that corner.
I've also
where
seen
the rim
balls
and the
stick
ball
it
hits.
in real life too on a court. I've seen
Yeah,
the ball
well,
stick
yeah,
and
the
guy-
ball, the
kid
ball
has to go
sticks all the
climb.
time, but
Yeah.
usually it gets wedged in the
Yeah.
corner of the rim.
Yeah.
But for it to land on top of the net
and not like bounce off.
yeah, it's how did it hit that corner and not bounce? I'm like, fuck, man, maybe they are controlling that shit.
Oh man, that's
don't know.
gay. I don't think in a game though, but in the
Yeah, who
trick
knows?
shot thing for
Yeah.
the
There's
Okay,
a lot of money involved in that shit. You know what I mean? So if they could be pulling strings in certain ways,
okay. Part 2
Mm.
might get controversial.
okay.
Sorry for the people at home if this bothers them. I don't give a fuck. This is the Pyramid Pod.
Pyramid Pod.
I don't give a fuck. What do you think about transgenders going in?
Going into that?
Yeah.
Oh, into
no, yeah,
sports,
like
into
into like a
sports.
like a fucking guy going in and dunking on all the bitches.
Well,
Like, and I don't mean every girl's a bitch. I don't mean it like
Yeah,
that.
let's
I'm
watch-
not.
we'll just
But I'm
watch
just
our
saying, like,
wording on this topic.
100%. Like, what do you go think about a huge guy turning into a fucking girl, or like
Yeah,
becoming a woman and then wrestling some fucking little girl?
Yeah, I
You know,
think,
it's like I don't think that's
I
fucking
think
cool.
it should
First off,
be. I think maybe it should be based on
Their
a
own
sport,
league?
a sport by sport basis. Yeah, and maybe
own
it's a
league.
league. I mean, I'm not
I'm not
an
a
inclusive person to say that. Like, well, okay, so can a woman then not? Even if they weren't transgender, it was just a woman wants to play in the NHL or the NBA or whatever.
No.
I don't think there's any reason they shouldn't. I mean, other than okay,
Bro,
they can get hurt.
they get
But
checked and die.
No, not
The
all.
Rock, George
Man,
Rock just comes out and starts beating the fuck out of this
No,
girl in
no,
the
no,
face.
no,
That's
but I
the
mean-
sport, though.
Okay,
that is
but
the
still,
sport.
But still, women goalie. There's women goalies playing in
Not in
leagues a
NHL.
little bit under NHL though, because they can play. Why is a goalie going to get beat up by George Rock?
I'm
So
not
I'm
saying
just
that
sport by
girls.
sport basis.
I'm
and
saying
then-
the strength of a man against
yeah,
a woman.
I think.
I'm not saying girls don't deserve to play against guys.
Weight competitions and that type of thing, where it's like it was a man, and then they
They
like converted.
yeah.
yeah, and now they're like performing as a woman in a weightlifting competition where like a man's body's probably going to naturally excel at that. Yeah, I don't necessarily think it's fair, but I don't think it's. Yeah, maybe there should just be a league for people that want to
We
do that.
have
and perform
separate
against
leagues
each
for a
other.
reason
Yeah.
because
But-
men are at like a higher caliber in most sports, and that's not fucking sexist to say. That's why there's different leagues because men are like
Yeah,
physical,
yeah,
way
yeah.
more physical,
Yeah.
and it's different. So I just think for like a guy to be able to go into a girl sport where they will fucking dominate
Yeah.
is kind of unfair. And
Yeah,
I didn't mean to
totally.
say
Yeah, yeah.
what my fucking view is when I ask you, but I asked you because I kind of wanted to tell people
yeah,
too.
Yeah, it's an
You know,
interesting thing.
but it's like, dude,
I just
basketball,
think that
like just like Imagine Michael Jordan like just came out of retirement and chopped his shit off and got some titties. Went in there and just smashed everyone at old age even. There's this girl who came out was like, she's like a soccer player and she's like, the guys should come play with the girls and see how good they are at soccer. And then it shows this like cut to like some news guy and he's like, the professional soccer team, female soccer team played 12-year-old boys and got like smashed by like 12-year-old boys or 14-year-old boys.
Really?
Yeah, like out completely smashed.
I don't know.
And I'm not trying to be a dick and be like guys and girls. I'm just saying that it's not fair for me to like go into a fucking sport where I know I'm going to absolutely annihilate, especially combat sports.
Yeah.
Like I think that's so fucked for a guy to be able to go in there and fucking just take
when it
over
comes to
because
that,
they
like,
are having
physical
a
element,
problem.
But like look at something like skateboarding. Obviously skateboarding's always been inclusive sport in that it really doesn't matter, and there's girls that are absolutely dominant at that sport.
But they're not playing against each other in a sense where they're not. They're not even playing against each other. They don't skate against each other. It's girls and guys.
Yeah. See, that's something though I think eventually as time goes on we'll be like, well, let's just make one competition, see who wins. Like, why does it matter? They're not going to get hurt. So
because they're way better. And you have to have the trick scoring. If someone gets more points,
way better. But
way better.
That's not always the case.
It
There's
is.
going to be a time when a woman comes and like could be the best skater in the world at the time.
Never. For the girls,
but
never better than the guys.
A woman goalie in the NHL.
The best skateboarder is the best skateboarder, like Nigel Houston, was beating 25-year-old men when he was 12.
Yeah, no.
There is no 12-year-old girl. There is a 12-year-old girl that is good, but she's not even like half the level of Nigel was when he was 12.
Yeah, I guess when you go to the very top professional level, but
not even being 12.
I think in a lot of more common, like go to the skate park in Calgary, there could be a girl that can like, outskate all the fucking guys.
So many dudes. I'm not saying like the grand scheme of things where it's like there's no good girl skaters as guys because there's so many guys that suck. There's so many girls that suck. So that could be like good or bad. I'm just saying like I think it's unfair to be like a guy can kickflip backside nose blunt down a 20-stair handrail and that chick can only 50-50 it. That's not going to be a fair competition. It wouldn't be fair to put them up against that guy.
Yeah, fair enough.
It's like,
I'm just saying that I have optimism that one day there could be those types of competitions where you'd be surprised. But
I think that with skateboarding, because it's not like I think if they start like back in when I started, girls were never at the skate park.
Yeah.
And if you saw a girl, you're like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
This is weird. You know, or if a kid who sucked, it was just so like weird. And now it's like half girls at the skate park, and I think that's so dope. And I think if they started at the same time, they'd probably be as good.
Yeah, but that's what I mean.
100%.
But time going on, it's like you never know, man. And like sports change and evolve. But yeah, man, I don't know. Teach their own. Like,
yeah, nothing against transgenders, gay people, women, men. Nothing against that. It's just I don't think it's fair to let guys go against women. That's what I don't think. Like, and like
a weight competition or in a
lot of. It's so unfair. It's not even funny, and I don't know how that person can think in their head that they're like doing good.
Yeah.
You know, I think it's kind of like a.
Yeah.
But.
Is what it is.
Like sports to me just needs to stay separated for a reason because it's fucking. It's not. It will never be fair. And if it is, I think it'd be weird to be like, see, like.
But that's what it. So like, if the day comes where it is fair, then why is it weird? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I think
it'd be weird to see girls turn into guys. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, it'd be weird to see them want to be guys and be as good as guys just because a lot of people are going to get mad because I say this, but in the end, like, yeah, just the side thing has the cleaner filter on the left there. I could go on forever about that, but everybody's got their point of view on that shit. But what was your favorite fucking song? What's your favorite song to this day that you recorded that you like to listen to of yourself? Like, is there one that stands out to you that's like, oh, this is like my timeless song that I love?
It'd be nice to have one song of mine that I really love to listen to.
You're just a perfectionist like me, and you're like, it's shit. I need to move on to the next. The next one's my best one.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, honestly,
move that mic in.
Brain would probably be up there. I think the way that Grant recorded it was sick, and like overall, that track was fucking awesome.
The video's pretty sick.
In my verse, the video was sick. Yeah, like
the way we filmed the video.
Was fucking sick. We got nominated for Calgary or YYC Music Award with that one, which was crazy because I was like, I put in a few of my own tracks. Dal submitted that one, and then none of my shit got nominated. But he's like, "Yo, we got nominated." I'm like, "Oh shit!"
Got nominated anyways.
Because it's a dope track, but I did not think it would fit the criteria of like the average judge. That's like you're talking about fucking what's the hook?
Used to be cool to be different, now everyone gotta be flowing the same. Everyone gotta be going insane. A lot of you talking with no one to blame. I just keep walking, I'm holding the flame. Fuck what you flossing, I'm soaking the page. And blood that I lost, you get oh, it's in my name. Keep sucking them off with the hole in your brain. And the song's about being a fucking clone with no brain. And everybody nowadays just consumes and regurgitates the same bullshit that they see that everybody else does, talks about the same fucking thing. I just want to be like this person because they're making money. I have no originality. Like the song is just about having a hole in your brain, just like sucking the next man's cock because you're a bitch and you have no independence. Seriously, I'm not joking, man. Like,
No,
there's
the
a lot of
reason I
people
just
out
find
there.
it funny is because that's the explanation, and that's why I didn't think we'd get nominated because it's like
Yeah, well,
that's the concept
that's
of the
why they
song.
did, and the only reason
Yeah.
they didn't, I think, because in comparison, the person who won, it wasn't as good. Let's just be flat out. Like, if I was judging the competition and someone had a song that was better than mine,
Yeah.
I'd let them win. I wouldn't be like, this song has swears and it's like doesn't look good for us,
Yeah,
or they have 6 people so we can't fly them out. Well, then you shouldn't have let 6 people enter in the
Yeah.
fucking contest.
Yeah.
And I'm just sour because I wanted to win.
Yeah.
So I'm biased and I'm gonna be like, oh, mine is the best. But I think it was. Like, I think like lyrically, the idea to the song, just everything. You know, it's like I feel like everybody's just trying to do. And then that like makes it like, do you even want to do this? Because what you're doing, like, do you actually want to do this? Do you have passion for it? Or are you doing it because you think you can get something because other people are getting something and you're trying to copy them? Like, I don't.
Yeah.
How many people are trying to rap like Drake and sound like him and singy shit? So many fucking people sound like that, dude. It's not even funny. It's disgusting how many people. And Drake's dope. And a lot of copycat Drakes could be dope too. But it's like, can't you come up with your own shit?
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
like.
I feel that, man. That's probably why I like that track. And yeah,
It's
you're right.
fucking
Man.
sad.
Yeah. Aside from that, I don't know. I listen to my own shit, not like my old albums, because it becomes so cringy when you listen to your old shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But my new shit, even unreleased shit, whatever track, it's like I'll listen to it so many fucking times before it's even released. When I'm in that state of like, yo, I fuck with this, I really like it, or whatever, or I'm listening to it so I can keep mixing it. But yeah, man, my favorite song is always the next song, I guess.
That makes a lot of sense too, actually, because that's exactly how I feel too.
Yeah.
I'll like my newest song, and then over time I'll slowly pick it apart, and then I'm writing new shit, and I'm like, is my best.
Yeah, and it's got to be better. Like, you always try to make shit better, you know what I mean? But to a degree, it's like we're at the point now where it's not like we're like, oh, this one sucked, I got to do better, and I got to do this. It's like we're naturally just coming up with what we think is dope, and hopefully people agree.
Do you have a top 5
Rappers?
Yeah, and like and I'm gonna say of all time, and then we're gonna get into maybe like of all time, and then I'll be like, I'll ask you a second part 2 of that, because there's like eras and then like Canadian or U.S.
like
or
era based, because like
but like if there was no era right now and you're just like top 5 had to
pretty much like top 5 of rappers that I grew
Eminem's
up
definitely in
listening
there.
to. Yeah, definitely grew up listening to, and really like not took my style from, but like learned from, developed my style from, and like really enjoyed those artists. Like listen all
so
the time.
that you didn't take your style from, or you did?
No,
so.
that I did.
Okay,
That- the people I'm most influenced by, not like took the style, but like most influenced by,
Yeah.
because like
Well, everybody takes a
It
little
would-
bit, not purposely,
yeah,
but just
exactly.
by listening
and from
creating.
every fucking artist, because I would have like Biggie and Pac and shit, but like I grew up and listened to them, but I don't go back and listen to them all the time nowadays. You know what I mean? Where
You should.
and I still don't. Yeah, I
Yeah,
know.
you should.
I
Because
know.
I should.
Yeah.
I don't, and I should. When I hear a song that's back in the day, I'm like, get goosebumps, and I'm like, this
Yeah,
is me.
yeah. Well,
this is who I am.
I'll preface it with Biggie and Pac being not on my list of top 5, but definitely
Up there.
and like 2 of the greatest of all time, of course. And I loved them. Like in high school, that was my shit. But the shit I learned more from, at least like as how I like to write and wordplay and shit like that, was Eminem, Tech Nine. So Eminem probably for the rating skills and his
And
just
not
like,
in order, 1 to 5.
yeah,
just
it's
your
not in
top
order.
5.
Tech Nine, obviously super influential. Like the double time, the
Layering.
when I got into his shit,
Insane
it blew
layering.
Because my friend was always telling me to listen to Tech Nine, and I was kind of post Eminem era thinking like he's just a
Juggalo.
Because
Because he was on their tour with
Yeah.
Cottonmouth Kings, their biggest tour.
Yeah, and then I got the CD. I got Ever Ready lent to me on this like ski trip with my homie Ben Bechtold.
Do you
and
still
I started
ski?
listening to it. What?
Can you still ski?
It was a school like
Oh,
cross country
okay.
ski. I
Oh, okay.
snowboard. Oh, well, I don't even do that, but I can. But
We gotta go sometime.
yeah, but so Tech Nine, Ever Ready blew my fucking mind, and then from then on, I was like, okay, Strange Music, that was kind of my shit, and then Lupe Fiasco would probably be on that list as well.
So Eminem, Tech Nine, Lupe Fiasco.
Eminem, Tech Nine,
Raps
Lupe.
about skating but never skates. No, I only say that because Hop's in. I'm just fucking with you.
Little punchline. Well, yeah, okay, I don't have to get into it too much, but he doesn't rap about
He just
skateboarding.
kick push.
He's storytelling about skaters. So everyone's like, he's not a skater. It's like he's
Which
not
is
talking about being a skater. He's storytelling.
I don't have sex with dead women either.
Yeah,
You know, like
yeah,
I have
exactly.
songs about having sex with dead women, but I don't fuck them.
Yeah,
so
and
I totally get
even
that.
In your case, it's like you're saying that in like a storytelling manner.
100%.
But he's saying like he kick pushed, not me. Like he's talking specifically about a person. You know what I
Okay.
mean? So it was never about him in the first place. But
I was just fucking
anyways,
around.
yeah. But yeah, shout out to Lupe Fiasco.
Okay, so Lupe, Eminem,
Tech Nine,
Tech.
Lupe, and then the next two, it gets harder for me to think. Like I'd probably have as far as like overall listen, like those hours put in would be like Yellow Wolf. Because even to this day, even on his non-rap shit, like I really fuck with Yellow Wolf hard, and he's put out a lot of dope albums. He put out like 3 in 1 month before the Rock album, just to say like goodbye to hip hop for a little bit, and they're all fucking crazy. So, Yella, and then I'd probably.
Can you believe that he's trying to say that MGK is trying to jack his style?
What? He's homies with MGK.
Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure he said that he's trying to jack his style. Like that for a minute they were beefing. Like I don't think they're cool forever. I'm pretty sure I saw a post about him saying he was trying to jack. No, it was Post Malone.
Post Malone.
Yeah, but I was like,
he beefed with Post Malone, but
I was like, he doesn't even fucking sound like you, dude.
no,
like,
he wasn't
all.
talking. I don't think he was talking
The
as
look?
much about the look.
But the dude kind of was like, I guess maybe I don't know when.
I mean,
era it
yeah, I
happened,
mean,
but
whatever.
I was just
Either
like,
way,
dude,
yeah.
I don't really.
And then Post
see you guys
Malone, no,
all,
it's
like I feel like Post Malone. Yeah. Anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
so
yeah, but yeah, he fucks
Yellow
with MGK.
Wolf, Eminem, Lupe, Tech.
Tech Nine, and then
Number 5.
fuck.
It's hard to say because there's so many
It's so hard.
dope
It's like,
rappers.
I try to think back. Damn. Oh, I know. Kind of an easy one, but I feel like this rapper deserves to be on anyone's top 5 is Royce the 5'9", because he is fucking bar for bar one of the best lyricists of all time. Same with Crooked Eye, Joel Ortiz, all the Slaughterhouse.
I like Crooked Eye over Royce.
Yeah, but Royce to me is just like I like him
They
too.
sound
but
the exact same to me.
in a lot of
Like,
ways
they
they
honestly
do,
do.
but I don't think Crook's ever put out an album nearly as good as some of Royce's best albums. Because
I don't think so.
Royce got the Grammy nom with the
But
Book of
that you know
Ryan.
the Grammys
And,
doesn't
I
mean
know,
shit
but
to the hip hop world.
That's what Royce said, and he was
Yeah.
like, "What the fuck? They nominated him." He was like, with
Yeah.
the YYC Awards, he's like, "What the hell?" He didn't
Yeah.
win, but Royce 5'9" is just like incredible. Like you could interchange, you could take Eminem off that list, and put Royce in as far as like they both being those Detroit rappers that fucking bodied shit and took each other's styles and evolved throughout the years. But Royce is just so fucking good. Yeah, so I think like lyrically, I think all these rappers bring a different element of what I love about hip hop. You know what I mean? A lot of it's lyrics, obviously that's kind of the whole point, but
Yeah.
how they do what they do. You know what I mean?
Can I
Um,
say my top 5?
Yeah,
And this is like not based off of a lifetime of listening,
yeah,
because you know who my like favorite guys are. Like
Yeah.
I love ICP and
Yeah.
Twisted and that, but they're not in my top 5 because once I started actually rapping myself and getting good at like kind of
Yeah.
rhyming, be like, oh, these guys aren't like that great
Yeah.
at rapping.
yeah,
And it's hard for me to say this because there's so many other dope people, and this is one person I don't even really listen to. I just seen him do one fucking verse, and it was 10 minutes long.
yeah,
Black Thought.
yeah. Black
Because
Thought, yeah,
I just respect people who can spit for 10 minutes straight.
yeah,
Have the spit like gathering on the side of their lip, perfect breaths,
yeah.
10 minutes on a show, no
Yeah.
pressure, there's no fucking butterflies, and
Yeah.
that guy's fucking eating the mic,
Yeah,
like
he's
just
phenomenal,
killing it.
yeah.
Like
Oh, and Nas would be definitely in that list too,
For
but
you?
I don't.
it's
kind of
like with
as
the
much.
Pac and Biggie
Yeah,
thing.
exactly,
They're
yeah.
floating around there. It's
Yeah,
in the top
yeah,
10 now.
Totally, and I fuck with Nas, and I think he's probably like if you name like who's the greatest of all time, I put Nas in the hat for that. But anyways, back to
Yeah, if
the-
someone calls me out and be like, "Hey, what's your favorite Black Thought song?" I don't know. I saw
Yeah.
one verse and I was like, "This guy's like one of the best
Well, see,
rappers
that's-
in the world."
see,
Like
that's
just
where
from
like
that
my
verse.
list is based more on like who I really fuck with hard,
Yeah.
and not just like, oh,
I
well,
do too, but just not
yeah.
listening
Yeah,
because
yeah.
I was just like blown away
Yeah,
by like the
yeah.
level of
Totally.
Yeah,
Black
but-
Thought's amazing. I seen him live. the roots.
But sorry, but
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh,
No, continue the
okay,
list, yeah.
so Black Thought, self-titled,
Yeah.
Wax.
Yeah,
Because Wax is just fucking so underrated, and so is Self,
it's
man.
coming to Edmonton soon. Yeah, Self. I was listening to Apathy today a lot. And,
Doug. He's up there in my
yeah,
top 10,
me
but
too,
he's
me
not going to
too,
be
me
in
too.
my top 5.
yeah, there's so many rappers that I could. Then you get into like, oh yeah, fuck. Well, Mortal Technique's so sick, but it's like, does he have enough albums to warrant being one of the best, or even on like someone's?
But
top
I
five?
don't look at it money or albums or what they did
I
or
don't
what
mean
they
money,
done.
but-
I'm just like spitter.
Yeah, yeah,
like
yeah.
dopeness. What like because you
Yeah.
could be like, well, fucking Eminem because he has the most sales and
No,
Biggie almost released one album, so he can't
Yeah,
be great
yeah.
because he wasn't. But he did
Yeah.
one album that like impacted more than like someone's 20 album
Yeah,
shit.
yeah,
So
yeah,
you know
yeah.
it's like
totally.
it's kind of hard to it's hearsay.
Yeah, yeah. That's why I think it's more like, when anyone brings up a top 5 list or top 10 or whatever, and then arguments start like that guy's not as good, but it's all one more like, it's all preference, like who you fuck with, you know what I mean?
I'm saying people that I don't even really listen to that
Yeah.
much.
but you think
But
are,
I
like,
just
the best,
know
yeah.
that are like when I'm like here I'm like I self-titled's like my go-to album in the car 1990 now. It's
Mm.
like the first album I play every time in my car because
Self is one of the best,
the
too, and,
replay
like,
value on that album is
Yeah.
like insane.
yeah, Vinny as well, like another
Vinny
guy
too,
that
yeah.
like I've listened to a lot, and I fuck with him, but he's not on my list because I don't listen to him enough. But like try to break down like who has some of the best punchline ability and rating ability. Guys like Apathy,
Okay, that-
Self,
yeah.
Vinny, Immortal Technique. You know what I mean?
Yep.
But they're not on my playlist all the time. You know
Now
what I
I'm
mean?
fucking up. This is whack that I can't even remember the dude's name.
So where were you at? You had
He was at the vat. When we did a show, he's like super tall and skinny dude. And he's like, I lie in a
Locksmith.
hammock like I like
Oh.
Xanax. Yeah, Locksmith.
Locksmith?
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah. Dude,
Yeah.
Locksmith.
totally. Yeah.
Insane.
Yeah, he's great. He's dope.
Insane. Okay,
He's
so
dope.
Locksmith, self-titled, Black Thought.
Yeah.
I almost said Blacksmith.
Blacksmith.
And who else did I say? Wax.
Wax. Yeah.
And then I have
yeah.
one more.
Mad Chop. I'm
No,
just joking.
no, and it's like.
Okay, but
Fuck, it's hard. It is hard because I'm putting myself on the spot. I was trying to like really gather like the spitters in my mind that I'm like, yo, I just love watching them live, love hearing their music.
I'd rather
They can
hear
go
your top
forever.
5 of like dude, like even on your.
But
come
then
up
I'm
or,
gonna be like ICP and Twisted. It's over.
yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
Dark Lotus, 5 guys,
1,
right
2,
there.
3, 4,
like,
5, yeah,
you
yeah,
know, I
yeah,
could say it like
yeah.
that, but it's like I grew out of that.
Yeah,
I grew
yeah,
out
yeah.
just like you said. You're like those Biggie and Tupac days. They
Yeah.
impact me so much. And
Yeah.
ICP, I got their shit on my neck. I love ICP.
Yeah.
I'm not really a fan of their new shit. I could go back
Yeah.
and still get that feeling when I listen to their old shit because I
Yeah.
love their music.
Totally. And it's the same.
and
it's
they're
the
my
same with
top
me and
5.
a lot of the people
Yeah.
on my list. But
That I
just
actually
overall,
listen to.
overall lifetime, those are like the guys that.
Dark Lotus,
Yeah.
like
And
insane.
I'd put Classified in that list
Yeah.
as well. Just definitely being a Canadian influence and like maybe a bigger influence, doing what he's done from Canada than any of those other guys.
Number 5. This is fucked. Yeah, for just like all around like legendary. It's like.
Mitch said the top 5 rappers you met, but
Oh, okay. Top 5 rappers I met.
yeah,
Well, like based off of like their skill of rapping, or based off of how they treated me.
yeah, true.
like-
And that's where I would take Locksmith out of my list because when we toured with him a little bit, 3 shows with.
Was
with
he
Junk
good to
and
you?
Locksmith. No, he was kind of a dick. Like, I loved it, Locksmith too at that
He's
point. I was
really
like,
smart though.
yeah, he's
He
just, I don't know. He
kinda
was just like he wasn't really a dick, but he kind of gave me the Joe Budden vibe where it's like, hey, what up? What
Oh,
what
yeah.
up? Hey man, I really like your shit. Yeah, cool.
I
Yeah,
kinda
fuck
got
up.
that
But it's
vibe,
just
too.
Like, but that's
He
fine.
was
That's
like
just-
so close to our whole set
Yeah,
though. He watched
yeah,
the whole set like
totally.
right there.
So, and that like I
just
shouldn't
pretty
judge
cool.
him on that because not everyone's gonna be like, hey, what up? And like
Action
in your
Bronson
face,
said he
but-
hates Michael Jordan for that exact reason. He was a kid. He just wanted a signature and a picture.
Yeah.
And he's like, I will never rock Jordans because that moment
you
I was
go.
just a
Yeah.
little fat, pudgy kid who
Yeah.
loved Michael Jordan, couldn't jump, never
Yeah.
be a basketball player, want to be one.
Yeah,
And this guy wouldn't even give me the time
Yeah.
of day.
but it's like there's like a saying like
I
never,
get that.
never meet your heroes because then you find out like they're just pieces of shit humans. You know what I mean?
Or not piece of shit. Yeah, that. Or just like you're humanizing them. That's why I don't like the social media that much anymore because back in the day, they were like a star.
Yeah, totally.
Violent J
Yeah,
got
yeah.
caught at the gas
Totally.
station when he was blowing up and he's like, doesn't have his face paint on. He's like, I'm not Violent J.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know,
yeah.
like, I'm not
Totally.
Violent J.
Yeah,
We're
social
good.
media takes away that wall, and you definitely have more access and like a better like a good example would be of the whole heroes thing would be the game, because like another guy that would be high on my list is like who I fucking listened to
Oh.
heavy in high school.
Tats Day. Pat
rest in
motherfucking stay
peace.
rest in peace. Not just
in
because he
peace.
passed away, but because I'm a true fucking fan of that guy. He makes me laugh. He's hot, he's grimy. Like he's close to where my wife lives, and the like 2-3 weeks up until his passing, we went to Truro, Nova Scotia when I got this hat in Masstown. And I'm not even joking you. You can't even write this down. For 2 weeks straight, I was like, you don't know who Pat Stay is?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
to my wife, I was like, you don't know who this guy is? Like, she's
Yeah.
not into battle rap.
Yeah.
And she's lived here for, like, 13 years.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, okay. Like, I'm, like, every day just, like, it was weird. The 2 weeks leading up to us going, because I'm like, we're going to Nova Scotia. So I'm always watching Scotia battles and shit. And, like, just trying to get into the vibe.
Yeah.
And then he fucking passed away when I was like on my way back or there or whatever. Or no, it was when I was back. It was on my way back because I remember I was trying
You
to tell you on
texted
the
me,
plane.
and I was
man.
camping, and funny enough, I just showed Shay Pat Stayed that weekend, but it was because he just dropped the game disc, right? So I was listening to it. She's like, "Who's this guy?" I'm like, "Oh, it's Pat Stayed, the Sucker Free Boss, like the greatest fucking battle rap, Canadian battle rap like legend. If not even just Canadian, just greatest fucking battle rapper."
And
of all
Big
time.
L's in there too.
Yes,
Big
yeah,
L
of
is
course,
one of the names.
See,
I
this
look
is where it gets like, oh, like your top 5 isn't Big L, Big E, Big Pun,
because
and all these guys,
like,
and it's like, yeah, I didn't grow up in
ratings,
that
though,
era.
well,
Yeah.
how people rate someone.
Totally.
I'm just rating like one of my favorite, and what I think is the best.
Yeah.
You know, like
yeah, and I'm going
you
off
could be
of
like
like
Jay-Z,
who the fuck
Eminem, and the biggest
yeah.
sales, and those
Yeah.
are the best because they're sales. But
yeah.
I
I'm
don't
basing
look
it
that
on
way. Who you listen to
repeat value, like who I listen to the most. Yeah.
and who like changed you.
Yeah. But I mean, like, fuck, Big L's so fucking good, and he was, you know, short lived, obviously, because like who knows what he could have did with his career if he didn't get shot. Pat Stay.
I think he'd be
Pat
like
Stay,
Jay-Z
man.
right now.
What?
I think he'd be like a Jay-Z
Yeah,
or
for
like
sure,
a
for
50
sure,
Cent, just
possibly,
like
man,
OG, like
Yeah,
insane.
he definitely would. Like he, no matter what, he would have that nostalgia factor. Like at this point, just like a lot of the '90s rap groups that like, he could play a show anywhere and sell out. 1, 2, he'd probably be, if he didn't ever sell out and fuck up and shoot some shitty pop songs, like a lot of rappers, like he probably would be the fucking GOAT because he was the most talented. I think
we
from that
think it's
era.
it's they fucked up and they're like looking at their bank and being like, you guys
yeah.
don't get offered 10 million to do a fucking
Yeah.
pop song, so it might be
Yeah.
fucked up to the listeners,
Yeah,
but they're
yeah.
like, I got the bank.
Totally. But,
When we might think that one day too.
Yeah.
We'll never sell out. We'll never do this. Someone's like, you want 100 million?
Yeah.
Not sell out, but like,
but
you know
back-
what I'm
back to
saying? Like,
the-
just like maybe alter a little bit shit to get the bag.
Well,
like fuck,
honestly,
dude,
man, like,
it's hard out
50's
here
a
for a
prime
pimp.
example, and I was gonna be talking
For
about the
it's
game.
hard out here for a simp.
It's hard out here.
Sorry, I
for
had
a
to say
simp.
that.
Yeah, but back to the Pat Stay thing.
Dude,
so
one
anyways,
of the best.
That was the worst fucking news. Leaving camp and finally getting reception, and that was the first thing that came up. She's like, "Pat Stay died," and then I got your text, and I'm like, "Are you fucking kidding me?" Like it just like broke my heart, and it was the worst thing coming.
I
back
cried,
from,
man.
like-
I don't even know the guy.
yeah, I cried too, man. I cried too, but I met him, and he's a good example of you do want to meet your heroes because like he was just as big in real life as he portrayed himself. You know what I mean? And he was nice. It's like we met him in
Super
Toronto.
social.
And it
seems
wasn't like we had a big conversation, but when you go, "Hey, what up, man? Like, fuck with your shit," and he's like, "Oh, thanks, man." Like, comes down, gives you dap. That's the love I didn't get from Locksmith. That's like, "Hey, man, I'm touring with you. Cool, fuck off."
yeah,
You know what I mean? But the
He's
hero,
like fucking Red
hero
Deer. Why the
thing,
fuck am I here?
And
Piece of shit flies in his mouth. God damn this city.
Yeah,
Remember that
totally.
black reporter? He's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
sitting there, I love this
Oh,
city.
yeah.
Piece of shit flies in his mouth. He's like, I fucking hate this city. Sorry. Go ahead.
Anyways, but the game in Pat Stay's diss, he talks about like one of the things he's dissing him about is how you're going to your fans to try to rip them off to be on these mixtapes. Send me $5,000 or $500, whatever the fuck it is, and I'll put you on this mixtape and put you on. And the game hit me up. I had a message.
I
from LA
got hit up,
Confidential.
yeah.
He was doing that to everyone, and it wasn't
He
him
wasn't
necessarily
someone
his
through his
Instagram
account,
team,
yeah.
whatever. But it's so I didn't even respond. But that was like, for me, listening to him, I love that fucking. Really, most of his albums, but like the documentary was one of my favorite fucking albums. First, time
Like
I
the
popped
game?
it in. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like, damn, like, so he was a hero of mine. And then seeing that shit go around and knew what was going on with the fake collab thing. And my buddy's like, "Oh, the game's looking for artists." I'm like, "Yeah, no, he's not. He's out there literally ripping people off."
Well, I don't think he's ripping him off.
There's a major rip off, man.
But
It was
it's like
a-
leasing a beat.
No, it was like it was a thing that
It's kind of like what
came
me and
out.
you just copped.
No, not really, man. Because this was different. They were saying like, "You're gonna be on a mixtape with the game, da da da," and the mixtape gets no promotion. It's like nothing. It was like they were.
But that means his
specifically-
song's not even getting promo. But he doesn't give
Yeah,
a fuck because
exactly.
he just
No,
got
and they're
paid like
just
100
getting-
times.
And they were putting like 30, 40 tracks on this mixtape. Oh, it's out. The game's on track
That
one.
reminds me of the underground
And
hip hop
they were ripping
album
people off,
thing.
and they were just taking the money, putting the track out, and like it's a soup. It was like there's news articles about like this like Ponzi scheme hip hop shit where I think Fat Joe was involved. The game, a bunch of these like
That sucks.
artists
I
that
love
obviously
Fat
need the
Joe,
money to
man.
do it, but I thought
Wouldn't
that shit
make me
was whack
change
in that
it,
a little bit of that hero situation. 50 as far as like selling out, like I mean 50 at this point. He went out of my books because the game had the whole GU not thing, and I was like, "Hey, fuck 50 Cent." at this
Yeah.
point.
Oh, fuck 50
Yeah,
Cent.
fuck yeah,
Oh,
it was a GU not, bro. It was like
I was like
you
the
want to talk
opposite.
about a rapper?
I
talk
wasn't
about
even
10
really
minutes?
into 50.
Dude,
Dane
the
was,
game
but I
came to
love
Red
50.
Deer at the fucking Memorial Center when I was in high school. There, did 300 bars in running, drank a fucking bottle of Hennessy, rapped 15 minutes straight. No
And that's
fucking
the
dubs,
shit that I really look up to. Is
bodied
like
it,
no
laid
matter
the fuck
what.
down, and I was like, whoa, man. And that's when it was
Fuck.
GU not. But as you grow up, and then it's like, hey, man, well, like 50's dope now that I see what he's done with TV and entertainment and just like his business mindset.
Body
I like
10 minutes of
I really
rap
like,
was insane.
50 Cent for that, and he's just like a funny guy. And I still go back to like that first album, but like when you look at something like The Candy Shop, when you came from like Into Club and that whole Get Rich or Die Trying to like take it to the candy shop, Lil Wayne, Lollipop, like all those fucking shitty kind of sellout pop songs that like I don't judge an artist's whole career, but it's enough to like make you stop fucking with that artist. You know what I mean?
No.
Like that second album had some bangers and like Massacre's good, but those kind of sellout tracks were. But yeah, he made millions of dollars off it. I'm sure it was fine,
Yeah.
but
I didn't even see those songs like that because I was like not into knowing about what type of music sounds like what. I just thought it was like another like funky track, but that's the thing. I wasn't like the biggest like G Unit or 50 fan Dane
Yeah.
was, and I just liked everything I heard and loved
Yeah,
the movie and
yeah,
shit.
yeah.
And
See,
the
for me,
game.
I was a big ass fan at that point, and that's when it was like getting that album and like bumping with my friends and being like, "It's dope, right?" And everyone's just like, "What the fuck is this?" Like, shit, this ain't dope anymore. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
happened
but
here?
never give a fuck what anybody
Yeah.
else thinks. That's
Well,
the
yeah,
first
yeah,
rule
yeah.
in life.
Yeah, but
Walk
even-
down the street and listen to fucking Britney Spears if it makes
yeah,
you feel
true,
good, son.
True. But this is the thing is, I'm
You're a
I'm
kid,
sitting there
too.
like, this is dope, right? But it's like, nah. Even in my own mind, like, nah, this fucking sucks.
And
But
you're
it's
trying to
you
like
still
it because
want,
you
like,
love
yeah, you
Eminem
still
so
want-
much.
yeah,
You're like
exactly.
just like fuck,
Yeah,
this
you
is
still want it to
artist.
be
Like,
dope. Yeah, and then it ain't. And then even Eminem, like, we'll listen to lots of his new shit. Like, Eminem albums have come out when the homies have been around and be like, let's bump it. And then like halfway through, we're like, let's not bump it. You know what I mean?
let's not bump it. So
Yeah.
did you feel the same way when Eminem started like singing a lot of hooks?
Eminem.
Because he started singing like a lot of shit in recovery and doing like a
Yeah.
lot of layering and
Yeah,
shit
yeah.
that had nothing to do. And I know he's growing as a person, but do you think it was him growing, or do you think it's like it stopped recording? By the way, so if you guys watch the podcast on YouTube, it cut out just now, so the full podcast can be up on Facebook. Just had to say that we will have some up on YouTube and some more stuff here, but we just have one memory card, and next time we're gonna have all the cards right. I went and bought some cards and bought the wrong one, so I apologize about that.
Anyways,
Continuing.
back to your scheduled programming. But yeah, I mean Eminem recovery era. It wasn't even him singing hooks. I mean there was some, but it was more like getting a lot of pop artists singing his hooks. And
Okay, there's that.
definitely changed his style. And
But
yeah,
I heard a lot of his hooks where he's just like,
there's a lot. Yeah, and
So-
even
singing,
on
like-
Revival and yeah, him singing hooks is
I never
usually a
liked
bad
them.
look.
I
Yeah.
never liked them because
Yeah.
when I heard, not saying they're bad,
Yeah.
I was just like, I just like the savageness. I like
Yeah,
the
of course,
savage
of course.
acapella Eminem who's like, just like, I'm
Yeah.
demented. I'll grab a baby, or
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
demented. I'll grab a stroller and throw you with a baby in, or something
Yeah,
like the
it's-
crazy
it's-
rounds. Just
yeah.
like,
Of course,
oh
but that's,
my
yeah,
god, like,
that's young Eminem Slim Shady era.
Yeah,
He's got
yeah.
a lot of like
can't just stay the same
different
forever.
eras that are so fucking fire, but eventually that flame died down.
I'm
during that
demented.
time.
I said I can't remember what the word is, but he's like, I'll throw a stroller at you with a baby in it.
Yeah.
Dude, it's so I was like, oh
Man,
my
that's
God.
like, I think a lot of people that's their favorite Eminem was that.
That's the
first
shit I
era,
wanna
that
make.
Slim Shady LP.
Like
yeah.
I can't because it's funny and
Yeah.
it's savage. That's
Yeah,
what
yeah.
self-titled's good at.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
Stab you in the leg with a shovel. Let's have a shindig.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
dude, that's just
So
like
that's
what?
just that punchline rap style that like done well never goes out of style, and I try
No.
to do that. A lot of my.
I
shit's
wish,
punchline
man.
based.
I think one day I'll be able to think of one, but I'm not going to pressure myself because I might just be a fan of that. I might. Well, I try to pressure and be something else,
Yeah, yeah,
and I
yeah.
might stand up sounding dumb.
Yeah.
I just got to go in my own lane, and be
It's
a
just
fan
exactly,
of that.
man. You got to
and-
figure out like one, what your style is, two, what you're capable of like
Yeah.
rating, but like look at throughout the eras of hip hop. There's been so many good rappers that never spit punchline style rap
Yeah.
that are some of the best of all time. And then there's some that do that style, but maybe they like switch from that or whatever. But like
Yeah.
stick in the lane that you're used to, I guess. But push yourself too, I guess. I was thinking about that today, and I wrote this collab that's on TikTok. I think it's on my Facebook and it's on my IG right now with a Young Stitch duet. So go peep it if you would, and it's got a
Share
bunch
that
of
shit.
punchlines, so as to why.
What's your TikTok handle?
True Ability?
True Ability.
Yeah.
TRU Ability. Doesn't have an E.
Yeah. True without the E, and then Travis.Omen on Instagram.
Yeah,
Travis,
say all your handles, yeah.
Yeah, Travis.Omen on IG.
OMEN.
Yeah, Travis Omen Music on Facebook. I think that's pretty much the ones I fuck with.
Okay, I have another question here. Favorite Canadian rap artist?
Classified.
Classified,
Yeah,
hands down?
Yeah.
I say Snack.
Yeah, I like Snack. I fuck with Snack, but again.
But
it's
then
another-
see, like, our style clash. This is why
True,
it's dope
true,
to be
true.
friends with someone who doesn't like everything you like. So you could be
Yeah.
like, open up. Like, he opened me up to Eminem.
Yeah,
He opened me up to a lot of shit.
Yeah.
Like, that I would never have listened to.
totally. And I fuck with Snack. I think he's definitely one of the best Canadian rappers of all time, maybe
Yeah.
if not. But Classified to me because that was a guy I grew up on, listened to a lot.
Yeah.
And then have certain connections with and have done shows and shit. That's like Classified hands down. And his
Yeah.
production game too. That's the other thing you got to consider with Class is he makes all those beats. So that's
Favorite?
just like,
Nope.
yeah,
That's just like.
Classified's beats alone, it would make me a fan of him. But yeah.
Oh, because, yeah, he's such a dope beat maker,
Yeah.
too. Yeah, that's another thing. I don't think Snack makes his beats. He plays a lot of guitar, and he
Yeah.
probably does actually
Yeah.
do a lot of his beats
Yeah,
that I
true.
don't know.
Yeah, he probably does, man. And
That's,
he's
just-
super fucking talented, and seeing him at the show
So
playing
good.
guitar, he's killing it.
Yeah, they're doing
he's,
covers
and he's
and
up
shit.
there on my list too. I mean, there's not a lot of Canadian rappers though that you can really.
Yeah, but like,
name,
there's
you
like
know
the
what I mean?
four. There's like the
Yeah,
four and the five.
yeah.
Like it was
That's what
like
I mean, like,
fucking
you could name the
Drake,
top
Snack,
five and you'd have
Merc,
them all.
and fucking Class.
Yeah.
Peter Jackson's getting up there.
Sure,
He's
sure.
Canadian.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think he's getting up there. I
Yeah.
mean, he's fucking
You got like
grinding.
guys like Belly too, who was like really
Belly's
popular.
sick. I always
Yeah,
forget about
yeah.
him. He's dope.
Yeah, he's dope.
Yeah. That's like, what's your top five in Canada? Like the only top
yeah, I
five
got
in
the-
Canada.
There's the five, yeah.
That's funny. What about favorite Wu-Tang member?
My mind instantly goes to Method Man. It's probably
Okay.
Method Man, but
Oh, I wish you're at that show.
I was at the show.
The Method in Red.
Yeah.
Okay, see, Stoner.
Yeah,
This guy,
yeah,
I
we
went
went
with
together,
him.
bro.
I went with him at the show. We've been to too many fucking shows.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
Method Man,
Yeah, Meth.
old
yeah,
dirty
Meth.
bastard.
You know, and that's the thing is my mind goes to Meth,
Dirt
but
McGirt.
back in my mind I'm like ODB though. Watching the Wu-Tang show, if you guys haven't seen it, go watch
Sick.
it on Disney Plus.
Oh my God, it's so good.
Saga or
American
some shit.
Saga, yeah.
So fucking good, and that makes me love ODB so much more. I always did love ODB. His style's fucking crazy, but then watching the show and like that actor played it fucking perfect.
No father
dirty.
to my style.
Yeah.
Okay.
Dirty bastard.
Favorite D12 member, not Eminem.
I mean,
Because I knew that was what
Yeah,
the
yeah,
first
yeah.
answer was going to
yeah.
be.
It's like probably Proof, but
Oh, that's another obvious one. God damn. it.
yeah.
That's a
But
stupid question.
well, then it
Rest
would
in
be it would
peace.
be between Conniva and Swift because Bizarre.
I didn't know that
what- I
Kaniva
mean-
was Is that Kaniva the dude who's like with Eminem still to
No,
this day?
that's Con
Who's-
Artist.
Oh,
who's,
he was never in
Mr.
D12
Porter,
though,
Mr.
right?
Porter.
Mr.
Yeah,
Porter.
he was D12.
He was D12.
Yeah, he was Con Artist.
Fuck.
He makes a lot of the beats and shit. He made the PIMP beat. for
Like
50
they're
Cent.
still heavily
yeah.
like
Yeah, well,
homies,
Eminem
like,
basically picked one of them to be his hype man, and that was Con Artist. But Con Artist was never like the dopest in the group, but he made sick beats and he sings well. So I think maybe that was why, and obviously it would have been Proof had he not died.
and maybe he just probably is like working really hard.
yeah,
you
that
know,
could
like and
totally,
just, like,
totally. But Conniva and Swift are both fucking dope. I actually really like both those rappers. They sound alike too. They have a similar style. If I had to pick one that I could collab with, it'd be Swifty McVeigh.
And you love Obi Trice.
Yeah, fuck yeah. Well,
My
I mean,
older
I
brother
love,
loves Obi Trice.
It's kind of another not want to meet your hero.
He's Detroit?
situation. Yeah, he's Detroit.
Because he was a dick.
Well, no, he wasn't a dick. We did do a show with him, and I could have met him, but it was like Game 6, Detroit Piston playoff game. We were in Sylvan Lake, and he was a group of like
He's
6
mad?
dudes from Detroit.
They were losing?
Watching the game.
Were they losing?
I don't know.
Yeah,
I
I
was,
was not
but I wasn't
talking
going to go up to him
losing.
and be like, "Hey, man, what up? I'm
Yeah.
opening." Like, no. So,
Hennessy.
it just look, yeah, exactly. But
Is
just
that his
looking at
album?
well,
Was that
he's
his
always
album
had
name?
alcohol theme, but that's kind
Okay.
of the theme of his
I
life.
thought
has
on
been
it was
a
called
little bit of
Hennessy, but
alcoholism.
that's how much I don't know.
No, that was a song.
Okay, a
Hennessy.
song.
That was on the Tupac duet thing, or Tupac.
I made fun of people who drink Hennessy and Brain.
Yeah.
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 That's
But no,
like
I fuck
every
with Obi-
person.
I fuck with Obi Trice, but yeah, seeing his career kind of go where
That
it's gone.
sucked,
It just
man.
doesn't seem like he puts in the work, and he has like an alcohol problem. So, but is literally his first album was Cheers, and then it was Second
Oh,
Round on
cheers!
Me.
That's what it was. He was
Yeah.
holding Hennessy in a
Yeah,
glass.
yeah, yeah.
That's what it
Yeah,
was.
yeah.
But for some reason, I just see that cover. It's green, and I see the
Okay,
logo.
Mitch got a question. If you
Yeah.
could, if you could be anywhere in the world with your career, where would you be? Hey, Mitch said top 5 rappers he's met: Merc, Omen, Capty, Mike Assassin, and Danny Epic.
Dope.
Thanks, brother.
Thank you, dude.
Shit, yeah, it means a lot.
I didn't name my top 5 off experience, but I probably only met like 5. You know, like
if you
in
could
person.
be anywhere in the world with your career, where would you be, man?
Made it on the stage, seeing everybody in the fuck.
Yeah,
Sorry, that's
honestly,
your.
well,
That's
it's
for you.
like, obviously,
Paying bills.
part of my mind is like, man, I like I said, I wish we were at the point where music completely paid all of our bills and we didn't have to worry about a day job.
Yeah.
I think that's where I'd like to be, but I'm not upset sitting right here right now doing this.
No, that's the building
because-
blocks.
Yeah, exactly.
We're in the building
but, like,
stages.
we did so much shit that I think looking back at like the 15-year-old starting out in this shit, I would go back and be like, yo, you're gonna open for Obi one day?
Oh my God!
Tech9?
You're gonna sell tickets for someone else? no,
Yeah.
I'm saying like
Yeah,
not knowing
exactly.
that you're like
But then
completely
once-
just
yeah,
helping
totally.
someone
And
else.
then as time goes on,
it's what you
got
gotta
to more
do.
you get into it, you're like, oh fuck, like it's all a big game. But
Yeah.
some of the shit we've accomplished, I think
Sick.
I would be very happy looking back.
Oh,
as
yeah.
like a 15-year-old little Omen.
Oh,
And being
dude.
like one day you would do that.
I always
Am I
wanted to
content with where we're sitting?
Yeah.
I'm happy to be sitting literally here and doing what we're doing, but am I content? No, because I think we're gonna keep fucking
Yeah.
working harder and bringing it up another level to get what we deserve.
100%.
But yeah, and then top 5 rappers I met. I don't know if I got a chance.
No,
either.
you go first.
Well, Tech9, dope as fucking
Super
rappers.
nice, walking around the club. Like,
Yeah,
just
yeah.
not. He pays for. He charges for VIP, but he also walks
Totally,
around. That's
totally.
humble as fuck.
And I mean, I met Royce 5'9", Crook, and Joel and Joe Budden. Joe Budden I won't put on that list. So I could fill in the
Honestly,
list. With,
I
meeting
feel like I'm
Slaughterhouse.
kind of like Joe Budden in a way where I'm like super opinionated, and it's like
Is that why you
nothing
started
anyone else says is right.
Podcast?
Huh?
Is that why you started a podcast?
Nope. I started it just because I
Fuck,
did.
drink all this.
I just started it because I didn't know, like, I love watching podcasts, and I didn't know how I was gonna approach social media
yeah.
because every time I go on there, I don't find it fun being I need to be consistent, and I want it to be fun.
Yeah.
And this is the best way for me to be consistent on social media that isn't music.
Yeah.
It's another part of content that I can chop up. It's me not like I'm still gonna have to do all the other shit that
Right.
I'm like saying I don't want to, but it just kind of fills in some of the void of
Yeah.
me being like, maybe I don't make a post today. Okay, well I'm just gonna do a live broadcast and just sit there and just watch what I watch.
Yeah.
Say hello for 2 seconds, go off.
Like Joe Budden.
Every single fucking day. Yeah, but Joe, I'm just saying like how he like is really dismissive, and that's what
yeah,
I don't want to
yeah.
be like because growing up I was a know-it-all and super opinionated, and I still am, but I don't want to. And I get into it with people, and I
Well-
see him do that a lot, where he gets into
that
it.
was
and-
like when I met Slaughterhouse at Rock the Bells. I just met Tech9 and Chris Calico.
Yep.
Fucking, they're like
So
they're
dope.
there to make fans, and they made lifetime fans.
yeah,
Slaughterhouse
because they
is
know
there.
what it's like to be like
Yeah,
around the Juggalos
exactly.
and ICP and how
Exactly.
deadly their shit
Totally,
was.
totally.
Sorry.
And so Slaughterhouse is there, and then after their set, they're signing. Like Slaughterhouse hadn't even dropped their first album yet, like their first. Oh no, they did drop their first album, but they hadn't done the Shady album yet. They were just about to do the Shady album. So I love that first Slaughterhouse album, self-titled album, is phenomenal. That's like one of the best group rap albums ever, and they did it in like a week.
In a week.
Yeah, they just
like fucking Tech9, 4 days.
yeah, so fucking sick. But anyways, met them, and it was like a signing situation. So I think it was like crooked eyed. He's like, "What up, bro?" He's like smoking his fucking cigar or some shit, and signed the shirt. Yeah, he's always smoking a cigar. Signed the shirt, and then I met fucking Joel Ortiz. He's like, "Yeah," and just fucking gives you dap. He's like standing you up, so happy. You see Royce 5'9" chilling, like pretty fucking cool. And then Joe Budden literally has his head down in his fucking phone, like on Twitter. And I'm like, yeah, literally didn't even care I was there. I was like, yo, your verse on Rockstar is pretty fucking fire, man. And that track had like just come out, so probably most people hadn't even like heard it. And so that got his attention. He's like, oh yeah, he gave me props. But like, it's one of those situations again where it's like, man, you're out here to fucking show up for the fans, and it's like the only time that Rock the Bells has ever come to fucking Canada. It's an epic fucking show, and you can't be in the moment enough to just say what up to every single person that comes and meets you. You know what I mean? Without me being like, hey man, I really like your verse on this. Oh, okay. Well, you
Yeah.
must know me. So, but it was just the beginning of the Joe Budden vibe that I
Yeah.
grew to dislike. It's not because I'm just mad at Joe Budden because he basically tore apart Slaughterhouse, which could have been the
Dude,
best
and then
record
his
of all time.
podcast.
Yeah, just.
And I
don't listen
love
to it.
Rory and Maul, and it's none of my fucking business, and it's not even any in my room to speak on, but they are a public entity, and I'm allowed to. I'm not just talking about random people in the
Yeah.
world. I'm talking about a podcast that was great, and it fell apart, and then that shit fell apart. And
Yeah.
it sucks, dude. And I don't want to
Yeah.
ever be like that, but
Yeah.
I do see that person inside of me,
Yeah.
and I don't ever want to be like
Yeah,
that.
fair enough.
So it's like nice to see it in other people. Sad for
yeah,
them
yeah.
if they can't see it in someone else and be
Yeah.
like, "Fuck, man, I've been like that before, and I've just never been wrong."
Yeah. And funny, Mitch was like, "No, like what city or country?" That's what he meant by what place would you like to be?
Okay, where would you like to be?
Honestly, that's where I would like to be here, man. Like
Here, but like
Sure.
successful, so I could be anywhere I want.
sure, yeah. If I could have a second house in LA or Vancouver or whatever. But like, I like where I live. I'm close enough to the hometown to see my family and friends, and I'm still in a big city. I love Calgary. I'd love to be here.
Right? Like imagine if you were just like, oh, hold on. Imagine if I walk away and I talk. Imagine if you were like, oh man, just like a couple years down the road, or even 6 months, 12 months down the road, and we're just in Calgary in a bigger crib, and you're
Yeah,
like, this
exactly.
crib you're walking around.
Yeah.
How the fuck did I do this?
Yeah.
That's gonna be our reaction.
Yeah.
And then you're gonna be like, once you have it for a while, you're gonna be like, fuck, I really miss those living room days that made this
Yeah.
shit, or those basement days that made this shit, or traveling in the shitty conditions that made this. It's nice to lay down when I travel now in a
True.
bus.
Yeah.
But
Well, and
I-
there's always like I think a lot of rappers
like
are-
Joe Budden are probably like, fuck those days.
Yeah. A lot of rappers want to try to move to another city to think that's going to give you like a better chance of making it, but I think like nowadays with social media and the way
You're
the
anywhere.
game works is like, man, until you blow up online, like you're probably not making it, so you could be anywhere and fucking blow up online, you know what I mean? So, yeah. What time we got? 9 o'clock. We started at 7, so it's been 2 hours.
That's fucking gangster. I just wanted to touch up on something else. Well, first off, I want to thank our viewers.
Yeah,
For
thank
checking
you
us
for
out.
everybody for actually coming through.
This is the 3rd episode, and we're in the beta stages where we're in the living room, but we're building a following. So when we get the studio popping and we're on all platforms, we
Yeah.
kind of already we hit the ground running. You
Yeah,
know,
totally.
have like some people watching already. You
Yeah.
know, so.
Yeah, Mitch just asked, have you ever thought of leasing a building with True Ability and starting a record label for smaller independent artists? Yeah, I've definitely thought about it. Right now I'm running True Ability out of my own basement just because that way I'm not paying rent twice. But me and Cap have definitely looked at some like studio spaces. Basically, he's building a studio right now in his garage. As far as like the smaller independent artist thing, we are the smaller independent artists, you know what I mean? So like my squad on True Ability is like it's
Working.
all I
We
can
all
fucking
work.
handle, you know what I mean? We all work, but we're all working at the same goal. So eventually, yeah, it'd be tight to sign, more new upcoming MCs and shit.
100%.
For now, we gotta like get our own feet moving. But yeah, one day, man, we'll have a studio, like an actual location, and make it more legitimate, man. I'm sure of it.
100%. And you'll see the podcast grow. You'll see our music production grow. You'll see the shows we're doing grow. Piece by piece, you just have to crawl before you walk. And me fucking up the sound is me crawling. Me getting the sound right is me walking. Us going from hood stock on the back of the garage to in a huge field or out in the hip hop harvest, or like there are stages to it, and
Yeah.
we are never going to give up. And
Yeah.
whether this is the year where we make it, or this is the year that we really are doing it as a job outside of our everyday jobs that pay our, like, we have been doing it as like kind of like a hobby-esque growing up, because we always kind of had one foot in, one foot out.
Yeah.
Now it's time to be like, do we really want this? We do want this. Both our feet are in when
Mhm.
we're not at work. You
Yeah.
know, we have to have a job to keep a roof over our head. It's
Yeah.
just the way of life.
Yeah.
There will be a point where I quit my fucking job.
Yeah.
And
fuck
Travis
yeah.
doesn't have to do freelancing work,
Yeah, yeah.
which is super dope, because Travis is lucky enough to be able to get work outside of what we dream of doing, and it still relates. Like, I'm fucking pipe fitter. I don't hate it. I'm in such a good position right now, but I feel like I am gonna leave this fucking job very soon, in like probably like a year or 2 years time.
Yeah.
I wanted to get my 4 years, but I just feel like that's just setting me up for like not prepping. Like I want to have that to fall back on, but I always hear people who make it to be like, never have something to fall back on.
Yeah.
Don't
Yeah,
have
yeah.
the safety net. And
Totally.
Steve always said that too. Steve, shout out to Bubs. Steve Carrick, he's like, man, he's like, you have to have the safety blanket. What are you going to do? You don't go to school, nothing. And he said it to me for years and years and years. When I dropped RIP, he was like, I finally get it. He's like, you are not doing anything else.
Yeah,
like, there's
yeah,
nothing else.
yeah.
So I'm not saying that we did this as a hobby 100%,
Yeah.
but I look at it that way because we haven't been like fully immersed. You have
Yeah,
been, and
yeah.
I feel like just these
No,
last
man.
couple of years and since we
Yeah.
moved, we've been really getting
somewhat,
into it. But
somewhat and more, but like it's still not enough. And like
No,
to
it
really,
isn't.
to really make it the amount of work that it takes
Is a lot.
Like, it's so much. People
Yeah.
don't know, but
why haven't you
We're just
made it
gonna keep
now?
fucking
Oh,
doing it, man.
and it's like everybody's gonna look at you and be like, "You're fucking crazy," or they super still believe in you, or
Yeah.
there's like no belief at all until you're paying bills, and that's just what it
Yeah,
is. I remember a rapper I looked up to. He's like, "Mom just never understood, even when I made it, until I was
Yeah.
like actually paying bills."
yeah,
Then they're like, "Oh shit!"
like okay, yeah,
Like,
yeah.
"Oh yeah, you can paint a
Yeah.
picture and pay
Yeah.
for a house or write
Jared-
a song." And
Jared Wade just tuned in. What up, Jared?
dude, sick. Jared Wade's super motivational
Yeah.
influencer. The dude is just fucking
Yeah.
hella fit. He's always out on
We
the
gotta get
fuck.
him on the podcast.
Dude, it'd be sick. He's a
Yeah.
great talker.
Yeah.
I could learn a thing or two from
Yeah.
him, I'm sure.
Show.
Because he's an influencer now, isn't he?
Oh,
Like
yeah.
always
Yeah.
online doing videos about like
yeah.
e-commerce or something, or like
Yeah,
where-
he
I'm
ru-
not
I think
sure
he
what
ru-
it is.
He
Like,
runs his
it's
own
been a
He
minute.
runs his own company and very like tied in with health and fitness and inspirational dude, man. From
I don't even
RD.
know what e-commerce is. I don't even know what I
He's
said that.
in e-commerce and marketing.
Something.
Like,
I don't fucking know. I just remember he's always doing videos, and I was always looked up to that because
Yeah.
I like people who could like
Totally.
have like take their guard down and go into the camera and just be
Yeah.
like, "Yo, this is what I'm
Yeah.
pushing,"
Yeah,
you know.
he's inspiring, man.
100%.
So closing words or what?
Closing words. Pyramid Podcast, episode 3. Travis Omen. Like, follow, subscribe the Pyramid Podcast. Please share. Get your notifications on for the YouTube channel. It's the Pyramid Podcast. Check out the Capital D music videos, Travis Omen music videos. His latest project he released. Check it out. Dreams Come True and Nightmares 2. He has 3 hard copies on. We got a show January 24th. Tony Ayo. Just kidding.
He's having a stroke.
Yeah, I was having a stroke. But
Too many
24th,
boosters.
we're doing podcasts every weekend. Hit us up. Let us know if you know of any rappers, artists, any people, all walks of life. If they want to come on here and talk, I'd be more than happy to. I think the next 3 interviews I have are Blaze One, AJ. He's a tattoo artist out of Calgary. My friend Jamie helped fund Capital D Collabs. We're going to talk about a CBD business.
Tight.
Every single weekend, we are going to have a live broadcast podcast. We're starting in the living room. We're ending in the studio. Come on this journey with us. Honestly, it means the world. If we got 1 person in here, we got 2 people in here. We're not stopping. 100%.
Can I say something too?
Travis, hit him up.
I was gonna drop a little free written for y'all.
Okay, hold up. Let me just make sure the camera's focused.
Okay, I thought of this one today, so hopefully I still remember these bars. I didn't think of it all today, but it's been a minute. So, if another album of mine that you might have missed was called "The Art of the Free Written." I never talked about yet, but I basically put all these tracks together that I was mostly freestyle rating in my head, memorizing all the bars, and then finding beats later and just rapping. Like it was no fucking song rating; it was all.
Where can you
free-written
find
shit.
that? That's all on.
Yeah,
all-
it's on Spotify and Apple Music too. So Art of the Free,
Free
Written.
Written.
So many bars on that shit you
Free
might
Written.
like. The song production, like it's not meant for production; it's meant for rap shit. So this one I wrote as like a sequel, kind of like if I dropped a second album. So we'll see if we do that. But also,
Dope. I should have got fucking Caroline and Adam to spit a bar
Yeah, that's what I
too.
was thinking.
That the bar of the day.
All right,
Yo, when I do rappers, that's a thing. We just made it right now.
Yeah,
That's
you know
gonna be
what
a part
you
of
spit,
it.
like, if the rapper's on there, but
Okay, we gotta do this.
we gotta have a beat and shit. Maybe one day we'll have like a mic set up and like a sick
TV
fucking-
screen, everything.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
gonna be all set
All right,
up.
so check it. And I'm fucking losing my voice right now if you can't tell. So
Travis Omen,
hey,
free written.
This is the art of the free written too. Last time I hit the stew, this time it's me spitting for you. From RD, each vision is true. I came to make the red shine like the earth eclipsing the moon. No EQ and I ain't mixing it too. I don't need auto-tune to assist what I do. All I got is one mic that transmits to the Zoom. When Trav's spitting it, who's his damn gifted is true. Ability, no average in the crew. Bring your whack written capital, we'll rip it in two. No cap, this is just the shit that we do. It come natural like him kick flipping with the rip in his shoe. Oh yeah, did I mention my crew? When Def drop, he gon' leave all of the listeners mute. And we call my homie Stems, but he's really the roots. A tribe's family tree, and his disc is the proof. Eyes wide, keep your lids to the roof. If you ain't follow what we do, it's cause you listen to goofs. I mean that like the prisoners use. You should call your label the aquarium, a bunch of squids in a booth. Yeah, I'm just kicking the truth. I ain't doing it for clicks and views. Don't get it confused. I do it cause my city approves. That's why I always rep the red to a T like Winnie the Pooh. I need to switch up the groove. Too many Maltese like Shih Tzu litters and ooh, I'm so ahead of my time and not willing to lose. I won 4RD like it's 20 minutes to 2. Let's go.
Travis Omen, make some motherfucking noise, yo. We got to get sound effects in here because right there we got to be like, bam, 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 like Fresh and Fit podcast. Those guys are hilarious.
Shout out to all the homies, everybody that tuned in. Shout out to my lovely girlfriend Shay and my family, my friends, and all my dogs, Kano Bano, Ping McMahon, and Pibbers.
And make sure you guys check out that site when it's back up. It's going to be the same URL.
TRU, yeah.
Trueability.ca, TRU ability. If you don't know how to spell, ABILITY.ca. Trueability. Gang.
Yeah, it'll be back up soon.
Pyramid Podcast.
Thanks, y'all. Peace.
Love ya.
2:15 we went.